And we are live. Discord is live. Chat is live. Hi, YouTube. We're live. I'm using the DSLR camera, so hopefully everything looks good. Hopefully my audio's synced up. I don't know how all that is, but I'm sure you'll tell me in the chat. And on that note, I have nothing to plug. I'm ready to get into it. I know that we have other people's plugs.
To everyone here very quickly, this is a prior Dungeon Hunters member who's coming back, my co-host on my podcast that we both have together. Budford, other known as Buddy amongst us here, is playing with us tonight, and we are so excited to have you on this fucked up, horrible adventure that we have found ourselves in. Buddy, if you have anything you'd like to plug before we kick in, please go right ahead, man.
Yo, follow the Fandalorian podcast. Me and Austin.
That's right.
That's it.
The Fandalorian podcast. That's right.
That's it.
Mike,
listen to his voice.
You have anything to plug?
No. I'm not going to be here next week, so bye. I guess. I don't know.
Josh, would you like to
I got nothing.
Some encouraging words? I know. Just trying to give you a platform.
No. Keep that. You have any encouraging words? Nothing.
Not a
All right,
damn
let's
thing.
get into it.
All
Oh,
right.
you get.
That's right.
I would like to plug the critically acclaimed MMO Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh, okay. Every time, dude.
Okay.
Did you know it's free to level 60?
Oh, shit. I actually do have an announcement. What the fuck am I talking about? Yeah, everybody do their plugs and then, yeah. Wait, you already did. Okay. Well,
Go ahead, man. You got the floor.
Our alternate Saturday campaign. It is not named yet, but we have a premiere date. And that is October 2nd. October 2nd on Saturday. It will be the day. I'm very excited. We're doing our session zeros throughout all of the weeks leading up to it. We're even doing a play test very soon. I'm very excited. And I'm also making videos. So in the chat, Granger, anybody who's in here, just leave in the chat or comment on the YouTube video after if you're watching. That's another thing I wanted to start doing is first like, comment, and subscribe to this video if you're watching it after, if you enjoyed it. 2, leave comments about your favorite part throughout the video if you would like. And it helps our engagement with our YouTube videos. And also, if you want to leave a comment on this video after we wrap up stream and it is public, what you guys want to see from some DM tip videos for new players and new DMs alike, because I am writing scripts and all that. The work on Banish Blade is coming together. I'm very excited about it. We're hard at work. Art is being made. Man, I don't even know what to say, but the rebrand that we're going to do for the channel in terms of art as well is going to be incredible. If you want to support us on Patreon, that's www.patreon.com/dungeonhunters. So it's going to be an experience. What's that?
We're going to get a command to pop up our...
Yeah, we do have the command !Patreon, but I want to see, I can test it right now to see if the bot is up and running. We'll see if it does it.
While you're doing that, I also just remembered Elsewhere Season 2 coming soonish, maybe.
Did you want to reveal the title?
No, not yet. I'm workshopping it still.
Okay, perfect. I'm very excited. I think it worked. I think it's just taking time for me to see it.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. I also need to eliminate the don't sub. This will be our main. That was for Twitch. Please subscribe to the YouTube.
Yeah.
Please, for the love of
subscribe
God.
to us here. If you do
Absolutely.
anything,
It's free, and it helps us a great amount.
Also, make sure we have to make the command and stuff. I didn't get around to making commands today because I was doing a bunch of work. But make sure that you follow Budford Gaming on YouTube as well, because he is on that grind as well, and he's a part of the family. So make sure that we all support one another. Very excited, and on that note, I have nothing else to say. because I'm just a player. So
You just playing this fucked up game of life. That's right.
yeah, and D&D.
Yeah.
Hey, it'd
So-
be like that
yeah.
sometimes.
So on that note, Austin, whatever you would like to do.
Alrighty, man. We're going to go ahead and kick it off. Last we left off, if I recall correctly, actually, before we start, either Sion or Quinn, would either of you like to give me a recap of what happened last episode, please?
Quinn would love to.
Excellent.
All right. So the party traversed into a split kingdom between order and chaos, and finding the twin and conjoined deities of that realm took issue with their possession of the throne, or at least one of the party did. That led to a bit of a kerfuffle, during which both of the twin deities died. The party went off into the sunset. No, wait, they didn't. There was, PvP and murder. We lost someone. Torin. God bless.
Lost.
Lost.
He was murdered
he,
in cold blood, and he should be
No.
avenged.
He's still unalive. Not quite alive.
Did he
Yeah, he
ever?
wasn't alive really to begin with.
He didn't survive because he was not alive. Anyway.
Semantics.
Yeah, exactly. Either way, to make a long story short, he went nuts, joined with the Catman, and now we're left with Sion and Quinn departing from the split lands of chaos and order.
All right, thank you so much for that. All right, you guys are walking out now from this massive obsidian and crystal citadel that seems to be constantly collapsing in on itself, but strangely enough, you look up to the sky and you realize where there was once speckled starlight scattered about the entirety is now these fractures in the skybox. Blinding light, as if representing absolute emptiness and nothingness, is starting to sort of peer through these cracks as this realm is actively collapsing in on itself around you. You are witnessing uncreation taking place as a sphere is lacking its god. It is losing its core, so to say. It does not have the the right function to keep itself moving. This place is falling apart around you, albeit slowly. What would you like to do?
Take a look at this this very fractured everything, and I just kind of look at Quinn with like a lit cigarette in my mouth and just say, Quinn, I'm no scientist, but I believe that this is fucked and we need to get the fuck out of here.
Quinn will take the charred and half-chewed cigarette that Sion handed to him and say, I do believe that you would... I can't do it. I would say you're correct. DM, the lance that the deity held, how big is that?
Far larger than you. At least 4 of you, specifically.
Gotcha. And the other piece was a scepter, and that's also... That'd be like a great
Massively.
maul.
Yes. By your standard, a great maul. Yes.
Great maul.
A great grand.
All right.
mall.
Next
You,
week's
you,
take-
I was thinking it and you said it. Fuck yeah, baby. Let's go.
Familial
take.
ties.
Oh my god. So what you're saying is I need to take Great Weapon Master. Got it. Cool. No.
Yep.
But would it be too big for me to drag out?
You will be moving at half movement speed. Although this place is collapsing slowly, you still traveled miles to get back to the portal.
Fuck that noise. All right. So I guess Quinn will turn to Sion and say, I don't really see anything else to look at or take. Perhaps we should make our way home. Or
Sounds-
to whatever passes for home here.
Sounds like a wonderful idea, Quinn.
Then away.
And I
Quinn will
begin.
mount up on Archie.
Yeah, I basically am walking the way that we came to get over here.
All right. Probably about an hour passes, and you start to kind of think this place is sure taking its damn time as everything is kind of falling in on itself. And as you stand now at this portal back to the Catman's sphere of influence, or rather his realm, you look back behind yourself and see where there was once this massive citadel that represented a constant battle of balance is missing. There's now a massive white spot with multiple blank white patches around it. Do you step through the portal?
I look
See no
around and
reason?
say, yeah, I look around and just say, well, this place sure is taking its damn time falling apart, and then I step through the portal.
Alrighty, fantastic.
Quinn follows.
Good. Okay.
I will say this. Quinn has learned throughout this excursion that stopping and smelling the roses is typically a bad idea, considering in this plane, the roses typically have teeth. Just
Beautiful.
saying.
Love it.
Fair.
You step through the portal, and rather than being met with your usual vibrant and colorful, healthy hub area, you are met with a torrential downpour. Your leathers and cloths are sopping wet the moment you step back into the center plane. The trees around you are gnarled, and wretched almost seem to be reaching out to the center. They are barren of any life. This is a horrific setting. Overhead, you notice just a murder of crows are just flying east. Even next to them are an unkindness of ravens. This whole entire place is screaming at you to get away, but you look around and you are surrounded by the thicket of wood. More curiously so, in the center of this unwelcoming meadow, you see the well that is often associated with your quest giver and ever so benevolent entity, the Catman. However, he is not present in this well. From the distance, you hear the sound of galloping hooves. It grows faster and faster. What would you
Quinn
like to do?
turns Archie. Quinn's going to turn Archie and uncouch their lance and lower it about a quarter of the way. Sion, I don't like the sound of that. Nothing that we've found here has been kind.
Well, we're not exactly the kindest either, are we, Quinn?
Speak for yourself.
I do.
Fair.
And I pull the crossbow off my back.
As you two ready yourselves, you notice a carriage is being drawn by 6 nightmares, who is leading these fiendish horses as a ghoul, strapped in butler's wear, drawing a rather fine-looking carriage. But they hit a bump, and as they fly through the air out the back door, falls a coffin. And then they are gone as they ride back out into the woods. Trevor, I would like you to introduce and describe your character.
Breaking out from the coffin is a strong hand in a black steel gauntlet as it rips through the boards of the top of the coffin. What dark powers have brought me here? And sitting up, a long red cape at the back, and this blackened steel armor, and the shield falls out. The shield's about half-sized, easy to maneuver, easy to carry. And a maul thrown out as well. And a figure comes out of the coffin, looks around, shoulder-length black hair, kind of slicked back behind the ears, and a bit of like a pointed ear, slightly pointed. They look young, probably around 20. They kind of look towards you all. Is this how it is going to be? Is this what the dark powers want?
I can't speak to the desires of any dark powers, but if you're speaking of the locale, it doesn't always rain, but it's normally unpleasant. Seeing as you haven't attacked us straight off the bat, I take it you're also an unwilling participant in whatever's going on here?
I think this is a fair assumption. I am unsure where I am at the moment. And you have not attacked me yet. And I will pick up my shield and my maul. I'll put my maul at my side. I will walk towards the figures. Casimir. I hold my hand out.
Quinn will couch their lance and lean, well, not really down or up, just and grasp their hand. Nice to meet you. My name is Quinn.
And I go to shake his hand.
I embrace it.
You smoke, friend?
I do not.
That's a shame. Pleasure to meet you regardless.
The pleasure is mine. Do you happen to know where we are at this moment? This is not Barovia. Although parts of it seem as if it would be such. But I am beset on where I am.
To be completely honest with you, I don't think that either of us know where the fuck we are at this present moment either.
The foggiest.
Then it seems we are at an impasse. Very well. I will journey with you as long as I can until I can return back to Barovia, my home.
As you say this, Sion, looking beyond Casimir, you notice two very familiar massive claws are starting to edge their way up along the sides of this rotted and black moss covered well. As the trees around you begin to sprout with life, the clouds overhead seem to fade away. This unkindness and murders seem to fly in their respected paths out of view. And the general vibrancy and beautiful scenery of what you are used to returns. Now appearing from you in the darkness of the center well looks a single eye. One that you are very familiar with.
Well, Casimir, it seems like you're about to meet our mysterious benefactor.
Well, then elegance will benefit me here. Ho there! Who walks these lands? Who might I be speaking to?
You see the singular eye sort of perks up in a moment. They raise their hands up and snap their fingers. Well, where there was once a well is now a rather jagged-looking stone throne that seems to have impossible geometry. Looking at it and almost trying to conceive its make sort of hurts your head as you do so. It's better not to think about these things. The individual in question is rather lengthy, about 8 foot or so in feet, wearing ragged and torn red flowing velvet robes. Underneath is a patchwork of orange fur and visible muscle and sinew. At the head is a singular jade eye that looks onto you with 2 slit pupils, one going horizontally, the other vertically, and a massive smile that seems to have endless amounts of rows of teeth. They're sitting rather relaxed in this throne with one leg over the other and their head propped up in an open palm. You want to know who I am?
Let me rephrase. I want to know what I am doing here and what you want from me. This is not my home.
You're right, it's not very astute of you. This is my home. And you're doing my work. For now.
Are you a dark power?
The smile almost seems to widen, almost seem to stretch further than what ought to be natural for the shape of their face. And they cheddar their teeth several times
That was good.
before gripping onto their armrest. far darker than what you're used to.
Then that is all I need to know. Whatever you need me to do to return home to Barovia, my land, I will do this.
Be fun, be entertaining. Take part in my story, and you will be able to go home.
Fun and entertaining are not usually words attributed to one such as I. But if fun and entertainment is what you desire, prepare for a show.
Good. Now, to either side of this entity, you see on the left a obsidian throne seem to be breaking apart, putting itself back together repeatedly, and sitting in this throne is a very familiar looking individual to both you, Quinn, and Sion. You would know this individual to be the Son of Chaos. This Son of Chaos is also juxtaposed onto the right by the Daughter of Order. It seems sort of striking to you to be met with these individuals, but there was nothing concrete that they really passed away. Also, additionally, you notice that this glade seems more lively. There are a flourish of people, what you can probably be, or what you rather could assume to be cultists of whatever individuals and beings you've brought to this opening path. But more so interestingly, on the right side, adjacent to this individual of order, there is a single cultist that stands out to you. Buddy, go ahead and describe and introduce your character, please. You are still muted.
I would like to walk forward.
You do so. You sort of turn yourself away from your goddess Elise LS, and you find yourself approaching the party.
As I walk forward, you see a billowing cape held together by a pendant across my chest, with a scythe in my hand, a mace strapped on my back, and me holding my helmet in my arm, like in between my hip. As I walk forward, I'm wearing silver armor chestplate on black and red, and a bright red plume along the horizontal of my helmet. Think a centurion of Romanesque. And I would like to walk forward, and I'd like to kneel on one knee in front of my goddess Elis and to the Catland as well.
Alright, you do so without any issue. Sion, Quinn, and Casimir, you notice this.
This one looks a tad different than the rest.
I don't even know what qualifies as different around here anymore.
True.
Well, he looks relatively normal, which is different.
Suppose you got me there.
So, Mr. Kneeling Man.
I remain kneeling in front of the goddess as if waiting for permission to acknowledge the party behind me. They mean nothing to me at this point.
Massive goddess that you are kneeling to right now sort of wafts her hand at you to bat away your attention. You are more than able to interact with the individual behind you.
I want to immediately stand up straight, and like with military precision, I'd like to put my helmet on my head, and I'd like to turn around, and I'd like to acknowledge them. As I scan this group of members, I'd like to take my right arm and cross my chest. Paxius Bellum is my name.
Well met.
Nice to meet you.
Greetings.
Likewise.
Welcome to wherever we are.
I'd like to observe. Yes.
Oh.
I'm just like observing them. Like I'm like looking between all of them. Like I'm
Let
like
this man get in his role
What?
play, baby.
Sorry.
Jeez, man.
Sorry.
And then I'd like to look at Casimir, up and down. This one seems formidable.
This is kind of you to take note of. You as well.
I'd like to nod my head. And then I'd like to take my place like to their side and like turn around and face, waiting for a direction of what is to come.
Well,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. No, please.
oh, you're fine. Well, Quinn will turn to Casimir and they'll say, well, having met, as Sion so kindly put it, our benevolent benefactor, the story runs that we are searching for their children. We found 2, or is it 3 so far? The 2 count as 1, or 1 count as 2, however it may be. His specific instructions were, do not harm a cat, and this story is ours until it isn't. So, we have free run of the place until we are either driven insane or die.
This is very familiar to me. I like
You'll
this.
feel right at home.
You don't even know how at home I feel.
Theon is a tad scary. I like him. I like him.
Look, I'm just shocked. I'm just shocked at the odds of us getting 2 dead friends back to back.
It seems to run that way, doesn't it? Either way, as you can probably see, Sion and myself are rather battered after our last run-in with the denizens of this area. Could we perhaps take a moment or 8 to recuperate before we move on? Maybe we...
Absolutely. So, you notice that this is before you finish. As you say this, you kind of look around. This is most definitely a safe place. And in the meantime, as you guys take a long rest, I'll give you an opportunity to interact with the areas around you. To the right, you see a massive tent. You could only assume that this is probably where the Archlich Bard that you had persuaded to come back on your first encounter is taking place as people are funneling in for what appears to be a performance. Both the God of Order, or oppressive order, and a natural chaos are sitting at the sides of the Catland. You may take a long rest. In the meantime, may either roleplay amongst yourself or interact with the individuals surrounding you at this time.
At this time, Sion is kind of just like hunched in a corner. I've got like what looks like a fucking blowtorch, just taking it to my broken Eldritch Cannon, just working on fixing it.
What is that you have there?
Oh, this? Well, how familiar are you with automated technology?
What?
Right. Well, you see now, in the simplest terms, this is an Eldritch Cannon. What I can do is I can form it into basically a big ballista on legs, and it shoots ballista bolts of pure energy, and it kills shit real good.
How many people do you think you could kill with this one go?
Yes.
I need you to tell me everything you know about it before I leave.
Much time do you have?
All the time in the world for something as destructive as this.
I kind of just like wipe some like soot off of my face from like the blowtorch, and I'm like, well, at some point I guess I had to take on an apprentice. You look like you're the educated type. I'd be happy to show you a trick or two.
One question.
Yep.
Can I shoot ghouls from it?
I kind of just look at him and like my eyebrows kind of just raised through like this, like these goggles that I'm wearing. I haven't tried it, but realistically, if you put your mind to it, you can shoot anything off this thing.
This is perfect. I'll just make my rounds. Go ahead, Quinn.
So that was perfect. I didn't want to mess that up. All I was going to say is Quinn's going to take one look at Sion messing with things that have small parts that are easy to lose and say, I don't think I'd be welcome over there. And they'll look at the big imposing centurion and, having dismounted from Archie, start ambling over. Hello there. I don't believe we've been quite introduced. My name is Quinn. Did I catch your name?
My name is Paxios Bellum.
Axios. Or Mr. Bellum, Miss Bellum, however.
Paxios Bellum.
The full thing every time. Understood. Paxios Bellum, it's very nice to meet you. What brought you here?
I was wandering around. I had no purpose. My deity was lost. It has been restored to me. Order.
Okay. Well, it sounds like we may have some common ground. You serve an ascended being. I have a powerful master. This is good. We have some common ground. Have you some sort of mission from your goddess?
To bring order.
This place could use a healthy dose of that. You might have liked the place we just came from. It's one side order, one side chaos. Almost like a sibling's room split down the middle with some scotch tape, and one likes to clean and one doesn't. Either way, welcome.
I look puzzled by what you're saying, like scotch tape.
I don't know what it is either. It just sounds like a fun word to say. Either way, hi, bye. And Quinn will start walking their way back to where hopefully they won't interfere with Sion's work and have their head blown off with a crossbow.
As you're walking by, there's like a boom, and you just see like one of these bolts just like fly right by your head, Quinn. You just hear, "Sorry, malfunction."
Quite all right.
Would it be possible for Casimir, for this bolt to come by? He's approaching Quinn to catch it.
It's made out of like force energy, so
You dissipate.
Never mind. It goes past. I'll probably just grab Quinn and pull back as it.
Oh, thank you.
Do you fly?
when it's not working right, this thing don't discriminate. Sorry.
It's fine.
Do you fly?
No, I do not. I am one of the non-avian forms of Fae. However, I am quite proficient in mounted combat. That is how I get around, and I'm very pleased to meet you. Anyone not trying to kill me is good in my book.
I will not try to kill you. You are not my prey. I've been told my prey is the children.
Oh. Sion! We got another!
I do not know why he is getting excited. You are the one who told me this.
He's got a thing with kids. Not like that kind of thing. Don't get weird about it. It's a long story. He tried to find a baby in the goddamn woods the other day.
I learned my lesson, damn it.
That's what I said.
Babies are usually kept in the town proper.
Yeah, not usually just abandoned in the woods crying, right? Do you see, Quinn? You see what I'm talking about? It's not just me. It wasn't just Torrid.
My wolves would have killed them far beyond them being found.
Well, that got real dark real quick.
During this back and forth, you can see the purple complexion getting darker and more ruddy as Quinn is getting visibly frustrated. I learned my lesson, damn it. No taking babies in the woods.
Oh, you learned your lesson. I'm sure you did, Quinn. Whatever you gotta tell yourself. Now get out of the way, you're standing right in the bolt line.
Quinn will shift.
I will look at the party and say, I was more referring to the children of the cat. I thought that was not...
Yeah, yes. Oh, I'm sorry. You said prey, and I thought you meant outside of this domain. Yes, our prey, as so far as I can understand it. And Quinn takes out a little, well, tries to take out a notepad, but it's really just scrawled on his or on their hand. Says Bard, a wizard, third-born son, first and second daughter. And that's all I have written down. Last we saw, there were 2 places we could go. A wood with scary things hanging from the branches, much like the place we were just in before the sunlight came back, and some sort of palace out at sea, I believe. An illusory castle of some sort.
Well, I will follow wherever it is we have to go.
To be completely honest with you, my sense of direction is not so great. So I may
Yes.
have to defer to Sion.
I just kind of look at you, turn and look at you with my goggles and be like, what?
Where do we go next?
Well, by my calculations here, the best approach would probably be to find this here wizard. That sounds like it might be the harder one to get a hold of, and maybe we should knock that out first.
A sound plan.
Pexios, you're on board with this.
I'm on board.
Then
I have
let us
been-
continue. My apologies.
Of course. In my custom, we speak slowly and surely, lest you misstep. I think this plan is wise. I have been tasked to serve and to aid, despite certain, and I'd like to look at Quinn, reservations.
Up until this point, after the comment about speaking slowly and surely to avoid missteps, Quinn had looked and just dead stare at Sion, waiting for a comment. And then hearing that last bit, Quinn goes, I'm sorry, what? Reservations?
I think he thinks you're weird.
That's perfectly fine. I am rather normal where I come from. Where I come from. No. What?
Sion not even saying anything, just...
Let's just go.
A question for the DM. As to our conversation prior with the Fae, would that also include undead? Like,
No.
Casimir?
I am not
Sweet.
undead. No undead radiance comes from me.
Perfect.
Alrighty, where are you guys headed?
I was told
Wherever
the
the-
wizard.
What
Wherever the
direction do
bully
you
wants to go.
I gather my...
Does anyone know what direction to move in to find
I
this
gather
wizard?
my shield, and is the Catman still there?
Yes.
I wish to kill the wizard. Where I go?
Find the sea. He does love a view, but he's rather thick-headed or empty-bodied. Maybe... I don't know. A coast. East or west. Walk until you find water.
Thank you for your help. East or west, we kill wizard.
Could I do an insight check?
Yep.
And I will be completing all my rolls on D&D Beyond. So we know. And that is a 25 for my insight check.
Beautiful.
I will. I suggest.
He is absolutely telling the truth. The uncertainty in his voice doesn't seem faked or fun. It just seems genuine. He is telling the truth.
Once you
We
are
go-
rested... Yes, Paxios.
We go west.
West is good. Once you have gotten your bearings, we will hunt wizard. Wizard's very dangerous. I was once a wizard. They are very dangerous. Formidable as well. You're muted, Mike, if you're talking.
Muted.
Seems like a little bit of a bias there, but I would tend to agree.
I was very destructive as wizard. I would like to stop him as soon as possible so I can return home.
Well, that's the most sound thing I've heard all day, so if we want to get walking west, then we should get walking west. I'm just about done with this here cannon anyway.
Good.
I'm
Alrighty,
already
fantastic.
walking west.
Cool. So you guys all have been able to take a long rest. I will go ahead and say Sion, Quinn, both of you probably consumed food in the meantime.
I would have
whatever
def
local
eaten.
rations you were able to find. And you guys are going to go ahead and walk on west.
Walk on west, boy.
Yeah.
Walk on.
You talking to me? Walk on west, boy.
I'm
Alrighty.
off to find the wizard, the wonderful wizard at the sea.
Yeah, there you go. So
The sea wizard, the swizzard.
as you guys walk westward, the scenery itself seems rather unimposing. It is serene, peaceful. Birds of multiple species seem to be flying from branch to branch, some exotic, other native to each of your respective worlds. However, it's almost a curiosity on itself is how did they even get here? But they are here. But where there is peace, there is also violence. Hungry cats seem to be striking these birds out from their perches, devouring them against the ground, leaving spurts of blood and feathers into the air.
I love these.
This is your scene?
I just enjoy when a good predator is at play.
You enjoy a hunt.
You have no idea. I was once a predator like this, and I am building myself back. Though I did not do it alone. It took a great amount of power.
Casimir, give me a perception check, please.
You got it. Perception check. I will roll. This is a +6. That is a 12. 6 plus 6. And it should be on the log in the campaign for anyone to check.
Excellent. Can confirm you did and rolled a 6. So you hear the sound of approaching footsteps behind you. What would you like to do specifically?
I whip out my maul, and my face will wrinkle up at the top and at the sides. And I will hold my maul as my fangs protrude from my very gums and shoot down below.
Paxius, Quinn, Sion, you do not hear these footsteps. However, you do notice Casimir getting into a battle-ready stance. This alarms you, and you are unsure why they are doing this.
Taking no chances, Quinn sees this and heels Archie over immediately to basically arc behind and lowers the lance.
I'd like to just swing my scythe down.
Speak now, or be vanquished, evil.
As this group of footsteps approach, you kind of hear a smaller voice clear their throat. Well then, that's no way to approach company. What's the whole lot of you doing around here? As a small halfling speaks up and points their dagger at each of you.
Are you friend or foe?
Well, it depends. Are you going to try and swing that maul at me, buddy?
I would not try. I would break your neck.
That sure sounds like fighting words to me. Do you hear that? And you hear another group of footsteps behind him approaching. On his left is a massive, pale humanoid with white, long, flowing blonde dreadlocks. And the beard is also braided with a series of gems and bones in either hand, are rather gnarled-looking hand axes. Well then, I've been getting hungry. I think it's time we fight.
I can't stop smiling, I'm sorry. I'm trying to stay in character, but
then
Austin, you're
to
a
his
son
right.
of a bitch.
And then to his right,
Oh.
there is another massive-looking male humanoid who is pale with sickly green cat eyes. Their features are obscured with tattoos, and at their center is yet another eye split in the middle. There seems to be some form of mutation. However, at their right hand is a cat of nine tails flail, and their left a rather massive tower shield.
Heretics, I'm sure. Be it for our dark father, I will vanquish thee. Now, I believe it's not a choice of friend or foe, but it's a choice of if you run or stay.
And behind them all is a knight. Over their right shoulder is draped a velvet cloak telling a story of a forgotten kingdom, but the armor itself seems perplexing. A book is in their right hand while a blade drags behind themselves.
Well, where are we going? I can't quite remember. What's going on with them? What is it, Hob?
Oh, I think these ones, they want to fight.
I look towards the halfling, and I stay my maul. Perhaps we got onto the wrong footing. What are you doing here? Are you going to hunt the wizard of the sea?
Hunt the wizard? I'm gonna go do whatever the fuck I want. I mean, this is paradise, is it not? I'm going to steal, I'm going to pillage, I'm going to kill. I'm gonna do whatever it is I want. I'm the lynx, goddammit! That's me! And he's gonna kind of put a thumb against his own chest and nod to you. Oh, don't tell me. Oh, Big Q's got you wrapped up in his plot? Well, to be quite honest, we should be doing the same thing. We'll probably just wait for you lot to die before we get involved anyways. Where are you headed? You said a wizard.
I have spoken too much. And I look at Paxios.
As I'm like looking down.
Paxius, give me a history check.
History check. Word. It's gonna be an 11.
With an 11, you understand each of these individuals are rather prominent cultists to the Catman or Quigathep. They represent the cult of the cat. They are very powerful.
I suggest we stay our weapons lest we overextend. We are in the presence of, and I'd like to nod, greatness.
That's right, little light. Understand when you are in the presence of holy representation.
The rather massive, sickly, pale humanoid says before he steps forward. Noticeably to you, Casimir, draped along almost in a sash are a patching of clerical symbols, almost seem to be stolen. This intrigues you.
Where did you get those?
I earned them. False believers, heretics, blasphemous, struck down and stolen. No, reclaimed.
I like this. What is your name? I am Casimir of Barovia.
With all three of their eyes, this massive, bald humanoid looks towards you.
I am Alicetti Dominicus. And I am our dark forsaken father's right hand.
I am Casimir von Zarovich, once ruler of Barovia, reborn. And I stick my hand out.
Alicetti looks down at your hand and grits their teeth. They look back up to you and
I withdraw. Your move.
Oh, my move.
I shall respect. You negate. If you would like to walk different paths, so be it. But I will not be mocked.
I'd like to
And
do
I
a
will
religion
not.
check.
go ahead and give me a religion check.
And I will not continue to sling words back and forth nor titles. If you wish a fight one-on-one, so be it. If you wish to walk different paths and claim your own power for yourself, I encourage. But I will not get in quarrel for no reason.
My quarrels are not with you.
I nod my head, nor with you.
What was your religion check, Budford?
I was on 11.
What are you rolling to check?
I just wanted to check on the clerical symbols and if any of them.
These are gods from various different religions across various different realities. Your clerical symbol is not on this sash.
Word. But I would like to have, like, my scythe is just back up, like, as a walking stick now at this point.
Do none of you want to fight? Damn it all! I've been starving! These damned rules! Tell me, who do each of you worship?
As he points his axe onto each of you. Quinn or Sion, and you need to give me a general intelligence check.
Oh boy.
This is straight int roll.
Yep.
Just a straight int roll.
15.
Yeah, baby, it was straight int roll. That's a 14.
All right, with the 15 and 14, both of you understand, or at least something that the Catman had said prior, is that he cannot hurt his worshippers. How you use this information, I cannot help you.
I would like to just nod out of respect to Alicetti. You know with whom I serve.
Alicetti sort of looks at you with a almost disconcerting eye slanted before almost seemingly almost possessed to nod in that same level of respect. However, the expression on his face says otherwise.
Under the employ of the cat.
So you worship Quigote.
Ship, work for, it's all the same thing, really.
It is not, I assure you. And he's going to sort of grip at his axes a little bit for taking a step forward and rolling his shoulders back.
I'd like to kneel, like with like a lot of grandeur, appealing to Alicetti's hidden vanity and arrogance at being the right hand of Qtep. They are but humble followers as I guide them on the journey to redemption.
Damn it!
Frithjof screams as he slams his axe against the tree and it is cut clean in half. It tumbles over and cracks through the silence in this forest.
You wish to fight?
Oh, more than anything. It's what I live for.
Well, we worship the cat. You do as well? Why don't we both fight the wizard? A different fight. First group to win the wizard's war is the victor. Power. And I look towards Alicetti, a symbol. And I look towards Hub, the halfling, notoriety. And I look towards this tall figure, blood. One thing we both desire.
Oh, it's going to be a race then, is it? What are you wagering?
I have nothing to own here. What do you propose?
None of us have anything to own here. We're all not from here. How about this? I'll put my... And he takes out 3 gold coins. And almost sort of with a sleight of hand trick, a small table is set before himself and you. At his own elbow height, he leans forward on it and places 1 gold coin. My tavern? 1 gold coin on the table. My guild? 1 gold coin on the table. And then he removes a rather gnarled-looking blade from a bag cinched to his waist and slaps it onto the table. I think they call this, it starts with a V or something. I can't quite remember.
Okay.
Sion, give me a history check.
$13. 7 plus 6.
With your 13, you notice that this rather intense-looking sword on the table matches certain historical outlets that you've read about, an item of mythic quality. It is the Vorpal Sword.
I kind of lean over to Casimir and just in his ear, just like, hey, that's a nice ass sword.
Then you wager things you have back home.
I do. And what are you going to wager?
The town of Barovia.
Oh, no. You see, from my understanding, that whole place is a big no-no. Unless... Is it true? Cobb sort of shuffles onto the table.
Can I do a wisdom check to see if I have any flashback?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
I will do this. Wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
Yes. Is it 24?
You have a flashback.
Of this one.
Yes.
You just escaped me. But I'm back. Have good body. So tell me, do you wish to wager again?
Oh, man. Blast from the past. Well, what's one time done and another time done again? Why not?
Good. Let it be so. How do you wish to make our deal?
Hob, almost without skipping a beat, is going to remove an obsidian dagger from his pouch and slashes it across his hand and offers the hand out to you to shake. A pact bound in blood?
I bite into my own hand, the blood leaking into my palm, and shake.
Fantastic. A life for a life. And Hob is going to sort of tap each of you in the air, kind of taking count. Well, I like it. If we win, you all die.
That was not the wager.
Well, last time I checked, that was our wager before, was it not?
The wager was your tavern or the village of Barovia in the sword. If you change this, I will eat you whole. You make the wager now, you change it. I will rip every piece of flesh from your bone. I will eat you like chicken.
Well, he's going to kind of pat his hand on top of your knuckles and shake the hand. All right. It's not that fun that way, but sure.
I will
That's how
pull
we'll do it.
Hob closer to me. You know better than to make deals with the devil and try to change them up, good body. Not again.
In
And
this
I let
moment,
go.
you see Hob sort of looks at you, and where there were once soft amber eyes, they change to what looks like cat eyes. I've made deals with far worse, unfortunately.
Good. And I looked at my body.
I'd like to immediately turn and start walking in the direction which we were already heading, knowing that there will be no attack now, as we've now entered into a fool's bargain.
I walk with my body.
I just tip my hat to these people and I follow.
Are we out of earshot?
Sion, fortunately, as you ask that, you look over your shoulder along with Sion. He's about to go tip his hat. The party's almost entirely gone. Where they were standing, their footprints are still there, but a wispy shadow seems to be sort of dissipating away from their placement.
Is everybody okay?
A little unsettled. Now you do realize this was what I was worried about when we first met you. This kind of encounter.
Why are you worried?
Oh no, not... Maybe worried's too strong a word, but leery of. Looking out for. A wary hunter's eye.
You think I made a stupid bargain?
Not at all. My friend, Life is bargain. When you step foot out of bed, you bargain with yourself. Oh, could you spend 5 more minutes? Or should you step out the door? Would that 5 minutes make a difference if you're run down or killed in a side street by some opportunist? Life is a bargain. Yours could go either way. It's in our best interest to make sure it comes up in our name.
As we are walking, I laugh. You understand when he comes to Barovia to claim the village, he will be trapped in the mist. He will be mine.
Ooh, you are. I cannot say this enough. I knew I liked you. This is very tricky.
You do not make deals with the devil when you are in hell. Now, let us kill us a wizard.
Fantastic. All right, actually, we're gonna go and take a piss break before we go any further. Does that sound good to you guys?
Yeah, if you want to play something for them.
Yep, absolutely.
All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Piss break.
Bum, bum, bum.
We're live. Take it away, Austin.
All right. After that little encounter that you had with the cult of the cat, you find yourself once more walking through the woods. However, in the distance, with each step you take, you hear a quiet chanting. Your hearts start to beat slowly. There is a rising of nerves that find themselves striking against your chest. Who's at the front of the marching order? Casimir. Sure, fantastic.
I'll do it.
Casimir, as you are approaching at the front, you hear the quiet whisper, this very low chanting.
Neo, 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 Neo.
Nee, nee, nee! Louder and louder and louder as you see a group of about 6 individuals, all adorned in traditional buttoned-up sleeping robes, almost dancing around a group of fallen adventurers that seem to be sleeping. Their heads are shaking oddly, almost unnaturally, as this nightmarish mask fully encompasses their features. What would you like to do? They haven't noticed you yet.
I turn to my party and I look at Sion. Your call.
Well, based on how everything's gone here so far, I think my usual approach of shoot first, ask questions later might not be the best idea. Which is why I volunteer Quinn go and attack them.
The last time I went forward into the woods by myself, I almost got eaten.
Oh, we're making excuses now for our previous behavior.
No, I'm learning.
Well, that is fair. You were almost eaten by the forest baby.
Casimir,
Very
Paxios, and Sion, I need Arcana checks. Paxios, I also need a history check from you on top of that, please.
Word. What's my history modifier? Really cool.
Old Arcane.
3.
It's a 21 for history. And then
That is a 2 plus 3. That's 5.
and that's a solid
Nice.
10 for Arcana.
Alrighty, Paxios, you recognize the individuals to be the Cult of Sleep. They worship a slumbering god who represents nightmares and restless sleep. This is one of the children of Quigotep that each of these individuals are seeking after. This is their worshippers, or rather how they adorn themselves and act. With your 10 Arcana, you also notice that they are casting simultaneously both sleep and nightmare on these adventurers. Leaking out from their ears is a thick purplish substance that seems to be slurped up into a vortex overhead. They seem to be harvesting their dreams.
And then I would also be aware that we're not supposed to harm worshippers of like the party's
Those
like
rules
mandate.
do not apply to you.
I would like to cast Sacred Flame.
Sure.
Yeah. And I would like to aim it at the vortex and see if I can disrupt the vortex.
Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Word. I'm assuming a 5 doesn't hit.
No, it doesn't.
Word.
As you sort of puff this flame out, this massive holy.
Oh wait,
divine-
actually, never mind. This isn't a roll.
No,
That's
I
a
know.
sacred
I know
book,
it's a saving throw, but I'm
Yeah.
asking you to give me an attack roll to cast.
Okay. Okay, that's
So
what
with the
I'm
5, it still doesn't hit.
asking. Yeah, for sure.
So the flame is going to dissipate around it as each of these cultists seem to sort of stop. And their heads, still very animated, almost cartoonish-like, are going to shake and twitch as they look over to you, the bell on their sleeping cap jingling as they do so.
I will look towards Quinn and I will say hide and cast guidance.
Oh.
You can roll a d4 and add it to one ability check of your choice.
Okay, I'll follow his instructions and divert behind some bushes.
I'm
What's your
looking.
stealth roll?
Tell you right now.
Do a stealth roll,
Ain't
add
gonna
that
be
d4.
Yeah, I am wearing plate mail.
Yep.
That's 7 plus d4. That's 9. So he clanks
feeling
off
pretty
behind the
good 'cause
bush.
You're closer to the ground, but you know the adrenaline's sort of getting to you.
I'd like to
but-
think that it's Archie that's hidden behind the bush, and I'm peering over
Still
the
on
top
top
of
of Archie, like just
it. Lance over the top, just like
Excellent.
they can't see me now.
Yeah, the lance is just over the fucking grass.
Pin it fluttering.
now engaging in a rather what only each of you could assume an intense line of eye contact. Each of these cultists staring at you. They begin to chant again their spell, circling around these adventurers in a dance, almost. Kneel, kneel, kneel. And a few of the others screaming, knee, 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 over and over and over again, until all this energy seems to funnel into a singular cultist. They levitate up off the ground and are brought to the center, as this group seems to join together in hands, continuing this dance. After several moments, the chanting stops. They all separate their hands, and the vortex overhead closes, and the purple essence being funneled into the singular cultist vanishes. They slowly take a few steps back, looking at you, low to the ground, before they start to holler and hoot almost incoherently, laughing even. They each start to run off, mounting onto mythical beasts, chimeras, unicorns, and manticores. Have them leave the surrounding area.
We didn't see that in the whole... the whole...
No, you did not.
I just imagine seeing... Those were in the bushes. Shit!
Okay.
The teacup
more
variety of
notably-
Manticore.
Or more notably, you notice one, which seems to be wearing a rather different set of nightgown, almost a dark, silky purple, mounts themselves almost starfish style onto the back of a massive skull, with several floating eyes surrounding it, before flying off behind them. This singular cultist, floating before you, begins to twitch violently, shaking. What would you like to do?
I cast Thaumaturgy and I say, where is the wizard? I grow impatient. Fuck this guy. Guiding bolt.
This cultist, their skin begins to bulge and hulk, growing larger and larger and larger until they are an amalgamation of limbs, disgusting tendrils, mouths, eyes, claws, and feet.
That is fucked up. Guiding bolt.
It eats your guiding bolt.
Do not guiding bolt it. It can eat this.
A mouth opens up at its stomach and it swallows the energy as it slams its arms downward onto these group of adventurers, dissipating them into a massive cloud of bloody mist, gore, and viscera. Quinn, as your lance is pointed upward, you notice even a line of intestine snags itself onto the tip and slaps itself around several times before leaking bile and blood onto your hand.
It's gonna take ages to get out of this. This is velour, damn it.
God.
This beast is lumbering towards you now. You don't have much time. You start to understand that if you were to stay and fight, surely you would die.
I look at it, and I look at my party, and I say, a predator knows when he is the prey, and I run the other way,
Excellent,
heading for the
beautiful.
wizard's tower.
I was gonna say, whatever. I fucking agree with you, and I
All right,
follow.
excellent. We're in a skill challenge now. You guys will have 8 real-time seconds. As I declare it is your turn to declare your action. Another 8 seconds on top of that to tell me what you are going to, or at least start to tell me what you are going to do. If you fall out of time, or the time limit for either of these actions, you auto-fail, and that will be a failure onto your list of 3 total failures or 3 total successes. Sound good?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Alrighty, fantastic. We're gonna start from top of the marching order with Casimir. You have 8 seconds to tell me what skill you are going to use.
I'm using athletics, and I'm trying to gain ground.
Excellent. Okay, you did both. Fantastic. Give me a roll, please. There you go. Thanks for being on your shit.
You've got to be kidding me. Fuck D&D Beyond. That's a natural 1 plus 6.
Fuck. Okay.
Listen to me. I made a vow that I would use this fucking app, and I will not bow from it. I had
You
natural
go to
1.
jump up and grip onto a tree branch to gain leverage, almost
Which makes
looking
no
in your mind
sense.
to start just jumping and barreling between each of these branches, almost in an action movie-esque way, almost Robin Hood-like. But
I am
as
not
you
the
go
Dark
to-
Lord I once was.
Yeah, as you go to grab onto a branch, you forget that you easily weigh over 200 pounds.
This is
with
going to
armor
become
on.
Strahd the comedy at this point.
Yeah,
Jeez.
And,
What
uh,
in the
the
Sam
tree
Hill
branch-
are you doing?
Yeah. And the tree branch snaps, and you fall to the floor. That is your first failure.
I fell!
We're going to move on to Paxios now. Please tell me what you are going to do.
I would like to use history to give me any recollection of my surrounding area to know of the most swiftest route away from this fucking creature.
All right, give me a roll.
Okay, that's an 11 plus 5, so that's a 16 for history.
All right, that will work. With a 16 on your history check, you understand.
Not to grab trees and swing away.
Absolutely. In your aimless
I
years
saw George
of
of the
wandering,
Jungle once.
yeah, you kind of start to recall these paths that are lacking in bramble. So you are very easily stepping between these intertwining tree lines and pathways without any issue. Quinn,
All
your
right.
turn.
So Quinn is going to utilize animal handling to guide Archie and spur them on to greater feats of speed.
Give me a roll.
That is 14.
That does not pass. So you try to edge on Archie, and you're kind of like slapping the reins a little bit, like, come on, boy, come on. But Archie, just in his true corgi fashion, has decided today is not the day. Absolutely.
Gobble.
And you want him to move, but he is not.
Is this about the kibble? I swear no more dry food. Please, just go.
Sion is now.
Yeah, I would like to use investigation to see what the best route would be to get, like, just beeline through here and then cast Expeditious Retreat.
Can you read to me what Expeditious Retreat does?
Expeditious Retreat. The spell allows you to move at an incredible pace. When you cast a spell, and then as a bonus action on each of your turns until the spell ends, you can take the dash action.
All right. What
Dash
level are you
doubles your...
casting that?
Yeah.
It's only at first level.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, give me a roll.
Dirty 20.
Okay, sounds good. With the dirty 20, that'll pass. What's going to happen now is that you can start to see the way that these paths would intersect and the way the foliage grows over without any issue, sort of navigate that, no problem. And with your casting, you're able to at least get up ahead another 10 feet.
You all see me like I kind of like look forward. I take out this really sus looking syringe and just kind of inject it into myself, and you guys just see me immediately just start like picking up the fucking pace.
Alrighty, it is now the
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
monster's turn to see if it can't gain a little bit more on you.
Please, God.
They are going to use athletics in an attempt to start clearing out some of the surrounding trees, almost smashing them out of the way to do so. Alrighty, so they are going to go ahead and exceed on that with a 19. Consequently, if they end up getting their successes, depending on who has the most failures, by the time they reach 3, you will die. All right, we're back up to the top of the order. Casimir.
That's
your turn.
great. That's great. Yeah, we love that. Going a little out of my wheelhouse, I'm going to do a performance check and run to the right of where I fell, and I'm going to bash on my shield and try and distract it towards me so that my party has a little bit more to get free. And I'm going to bang and say, "You wish to know evil, I will show you."
Give me a roll.
Let's go, baby. 18 plus 5. That's a
That
23.
passes. Excellent. So you sort of get yourself up from your fall, no issue. You find your footing again, and you start moving with unnatural speed as you turn around in a quick back pedal, easily navigating over bramble roots and branches, slamming your maul against your shield, garnering the attention of this creature as it begins to sort of lumber past these trees, smashing them out of the way.
I will look at my party and say, "Run! Find the wizard at the sea!" Bing, 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 bing. That's it.
Paxios, it's now your turn.
I'd like to cast Guardian of Faith at 4th level.
You can give me an Arcana check to do that, or your skill check.
Yes. All right, so that is going to be 12 plus 5. That's 17. How's that?
Yep,
look?
that passes. You go ahead and cast Guardian of Faith.
All right, cool. So a large spectral guardian appears in Humbers for the duration in an occupied space of your choosing that you can see within range. I would like to put this in between Casimir and this creature. The guardian occupies that space and is indistinct except for a gleaming sword and shield emblazoned with the symbol of the goddess of complete order. Any creature hostile to you that moves to a space within 10 feet of the guardian for the first time must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. The creature takes 20 radiant damage on a failed save. The guardian vanishes when it has dealt a total of 60 damage. This is just to distract and give Casimir a chance to, gain some ground.
That's totally fine. However, since you did summon something, we did implement rules to mitigate that, and I will
Yes.
need you to take your damage. So roll 4d12, a d12 per every level that you are using casting the spell at, and take that damage.
4d12?
Yep.
40-12.
Nice.
And I'm gonna roll these on just so everyone can see how much I fucked myself from a vampy daddy. I love you. Fuck me. All right. Well, I'm gonna take a big whopping 28 on that one.
Oof.
That's all good though. Don't even worry about it.
All right, however, that is a success. So you are now... No, you failed your last, correct? I should probably be taking notes of this.
Yeah, I have.
What kind of DM am I?
I have one fail.
One
but
fail,
that
one
wasn't
success.
my. That wasn't for the actual. That was just for my attack.
No, that
this
was
will-
your check. You're right.
My check. I passed my history check.
No, that was
he
for your
passed-
Arcana check. That was your second turn. You
No,
passed.
he passed his history and Arcana. Me
Yeah, so you have
and
two successes. You have two
Yeah,
successes.
2 successes. Yeah.
I have one failure.
One failure,
success.
one success.
And then I need you to make that dexterity saving throw for me, bud.
Yeah, sure. One moment, please. Actually, what the fuck am I doing? Alrighty. Does a 24 pass?
I think that just about passes. Cool. Yeah. So you take half damage. Let me roll that for you. So it's gonna be 48, and you'll take half.
Sounds good.
Actually, I hit the wrong one, so it's not
okay,
that.
man.
Yeah. It's just you're gonna take 10 radiant damage.
All right, sounds good. Quinn.
All right. So Quinn, utilizing survival, is going to try and guide Archie into game trails and other thin spots in the woods to exceed or put some more distance there.
Give me a roll.
Nope, that's a fail, bud.
Jesus Christ.
At this point, I would say Archie is noticing the immediate danger and vanishes out from beneath you.
You ungrateful little bastard!
Sion, it is now your turn.
Oh boy. I would like to use. I used athletics last time, right?
You did.
Yes. Okay. I am going to use. Or did I use investigation? I used investigation.
No, you used investigation. Sorry, you have athletics.
I will use athletics this time to try to just weave my way through this underbrush and to avoid tripping while I am running fast as fuck, boy.
Give me a roll.
19 plus 5, 24.
Alrighty, that is a success. You are able to continue to branch and weave along these pathways without any issue. It is now the monster's turn. They are going to use acrobatics in a way that they are going to start barreling with their fists to pick up speed. And they rolled an 18. So that is going to be a success.
God, that fails. That's crazy.
Wow, damn, man.
Damn, I was like, damn, that's fucked up, man.
It's fucked up that he failed that, right, guys? Right, guys? Right, guys?
This brings you how much movement?
So it's pretty much they are gaining on whomever has the most failures at this time. So they are right up on Quinn right now at this moment. So
Cool.
if they fail next turn, that would be they're dead. And if he succeeds next turn, they're dead.
Go ahead
So-
and make another deck save. Because you're still within my 10 feet of my guardian.
Alrighty, sure. It's gonna take those 20 points of damage now. Correct? It failed that deck save. That's
Yes.
20 points.
If it fails,
It did fail.
what did you roll?
Rolled a 11.
Yeah, that fails. I don't got much of those left, but it vanishes at 60 damage, so we're at 30.
The music.
Alrighty, Casimir, it's now your turn.
I see that it is gaining on Quinn. I am going to run, and with my full force, I'm going to jump up and double drop kick to try and push it back. Even if that means disadvantage on my next roll, I'm going to try and kick it with my acrobatics. Jumping up.
Cool. Yeah.
D&D Beyond, do not fail me now, you son of a bitch.
And by saying that, you are.
Natural 20! Natural 20 on the D&D Beyond app! I jump up and I kick. No feet content for free. No here. I kick it.
I was about to say, let me see those patitas, baby. Let's go.
All right, badass man with a natural 20. What's going to end up happening is that
Oh.
this drop kick is so powerful.
Sorry, hold on. That
you
feels so good.
knocked it off of its natural momentum, and it sort of starts to stumble off to the side. Quinn, I will say on your turn, you will be able to roll with advantage on whatever save you're going to do. However,
Praise
this isn't a
be.
situation where two failures, one success means you're out. You're going to either need to meet the amount of failures you have or succeed them. Okay? Cool.
Got it.
And I will look at Quinn and I will say, "Get up! What are you waiting for? Run!"
All right.
We have to find a baby. Show me the baby. I would like to see the baby.
Casimir, or rather not Casimir, Paxios. We are on to you, my friend.
I would like to use religion to pray to my goddess of order, that she guide me as I run, and I would like to use my faith to just go the right direction.
Here, give me a roll.
Okay.
First, I thought he was going to leave it at that. I pray. You don't run? No, I pray.
I pray. I
We're so fucked. Actually, I should probably keep these up.
That's gonna be 22, bud.
All right,
With
fantastic. That succeeds, and that means you are now out of the chase. So your goddess very simply says, straight. And you continue to run forward without any issue. In this moment, you're able to duck underneath incoming tree branches. You see a whole entire tree just chucked your way, and you're able to kind of dip off to the side, and you are just navigating all of these hazards without any issue.
I like that.
Quinn, it is now your turn. Make sure you roll at this with advantage, please.
Right.
Come on,
So
Quinn.
the adrenaline is pumping. Quinn is just basically knows that this is do or die time. Their ears have perked up. Their eyes are hot. They're using perception to catch any gust of air that's going to warn them of impending doom.
Okay, sure.
Take this face as luck.
15.
I'm sorry, man. That was with advantage?
Can I use... What's that?
You
Can I
have a
use
point of
second
advantage.
wind? I was going to say,
Remember-
can I use second wind and burn that to give myself another shot?
I will absolutely allow that. Or actually, rather, you have action surge, correct?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Action surge is what I meant. I was looking
I'll
at
have you
second
burn
wind.
your
Action surge.
I will have you burn your
Burn.
action surge to give another roll.
Oh, my God. Should I roll the physical die this time or just switch to D&D
It's up
Beyond?
to you, man. Whatever you want
Because
to
it
do.
can't fuck me any more than this one die has.
Put it in jail. Get another one.
He has no other one.
I have none.
You know,
He
I
is
am a one
fucked.
set person. That's it, man. Nope. That's all she wrote.
I'm sorry, Quinn. What happens next? This nightmare beast barrels behind you. No, you cannot.
Yeah.
This nightmare
Oh.
beast barrels behind you, grips you at the waist, and then at your chest. You feel the sensation of tugging at your trunk. Slowly, you hear your flesh start to give away. The cracking of bones, the overwhelming sensation of pain. Something tells you after this, you will not simply fade back to the Fae. What is the thought going through your mind right now?
What an odd, strange journey this has been. I still hate rations, though.
Love it. You are then ripped in half. The pain is agonizing. A spray of blood paints the party members in the vicinity and the surrounding foliage.
It's like metagaming. He was ripped in half. You wouldn't actually feel that, so you're wrong.
He was ripped in half. Technically, the nerves to his spine were severed, so the pain would be not as bad as you think.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
I know. Good God, this fucking shade y'all are throwing at me. God damn. No, because he just failed. He didn't move. That was a failure.
You're
On his
still
turn,
within-
I'll make. But
Okay.
on his turn, I'll make the save.
Word.
Oh, God.
What's going to happen now, Sion? Over your view, you see the torso of the once great Quinn flying overhead, and they land in front of you. Dead, they look up to the sky as their entrails ooze out onto the pathway.
kind of just pause for a moment to look at him and just say, "I'll remember you fondly, friend." And I just put an unlit cigarette in his mouth and keep running.
Fantastic. Sion, it is now your turn.
Being a man of coin and a man of gambling, I'm going to use survival to coin toss which way it should go.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
I get to like a fork, and I'm just like, I stop at a fork, and I'm just like, fuck it, and I just flip a coin.
All right, fantastic. Give me a roll.
21.
Alrighty. Go
I'm
right.
a gambling man.
Yeah, go right. You have the feeling of
It's like tails is right, so I'm like, tails never fails, and I just book it down this right fork.
Fantastic. It is now the creature's turn. Since you did barrel kick it off to the side, I'll be rolling this check at disadvantage, as it also did just get done tossing, hucking, taking the time to tear a body in half and huck one of the pieces forward. Then I will give you your save, bud. Alrighty. Just missed DC by 1. So you are you live to breathe another day. Now I'm going to give you your dex saving throw. Alrighty, that's a natural 1. It'll take the full points of damage.
Another 20 points of radiant damage.
Casimir.
How is it looking?
It's still pretty stocky.
All right. Well, then I will use insight to see the fastest way the fuck out of here.
Sure.
Insight it is. Yes, baby. Come on. 19 plus 6, 25.
Fantastic.
Sorry, the teeth make it hard to keep the accent. But I'm telling you right now, it looks sick when it's like this. But when I'm
Fucking Count Chocula.
Goofy.
what? Look like a little fucking dork. Yeah, and I'm just looking at the Fae that has been ripped in half, and I go, shit. And I'm just running.
Alrighty.
I'm sorry, Quinn. I tried.
It rolled
It's
a
okay,
natural 1. It will be rolling this next check at disadvantage. Alrighty. So.
Got a nat 20, didn't it, you son of a bitch?
No. I mean,
You.
it's still passed. It's still passed, not a natural. Okay. It's gonna take an attack roll on you, since you do have more successes than your failures right now. I will say it's going to take an attack roll against you with a success. And then let me give you your dex saving throw, bud. No, that doesn't pass. It rolled a 11.
For AC to hit me?
No, for Bud's dex saving throw.
All right, and that is it. By the way, it is now dissipated because it has now done 70 damage, and that's all she wrote.
Alrighty. Give me attack. Roll a 12.
I duck out of the way and keep running.
Alright, fantastic. Give me a roll.
For
Whatever you want.
oh, I'm back
One
up to
success.
saves.
You're one success away.
I'm gonna do a perception check
Okay.
and try and see if there's any like unsturdy trees that I could just smack with my maul that would fall behind me in front of him, giving me even more of a gap.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
No.
Alrighty, man. That brings you to 2 fails. You are 1 fail away.
You know, I really
man.
like this character.
You know, this was a great 30 minutes that you've had him, dude. It's been really good.
Why does this happen to me?
Also, I would like to point out at the beginning, I was like, hey man, if you guys want to continue without me next week, we can just like kill off my characters. You guys don't have to take a break, and I'm the one that's been like not close to death this whole time.
I have to make another save?
No, it's their turn now.
Can we see what's going on?
Are you willingly getting back in range of this monster?
No, I'm asking where I'm at. Like how? Like do I see?
Yeah, you're out of harm's way. You most definitely can see, but if you re-engage, you are putting yourself back in harm's way. I'm just warning you.
Casimir told you to run.
I got nothing for you, bud. I don't have anything to aid you.
Alrighty, they failed. They failed their check.
All right. I am going to... I've used all of my proficiencies except for medicine.
Well,
So I'm going to do...
Can I do something to help him?
No, it's okay. I'm going to not use something I'm proficient in.
you are more than welcome to do so. However,
It'll put you
I
back
will
in
be
harm's way.
asking a save from you after you are done assisting him. As you will be
Yeah, that's
putting
fine.
yourself
I'm the
back.
furthest ahead.
Go right ahead then, if you would like to do so.
Would it give Casimir advantage if I cast Web?
Sure, but you're going to have to move way back and get back into range to cast this effectively.
How far am I?
You are at least 50 feet in front of your opponent.
This is a
60
way
foot
out
way.
of the way. And you've been running. You casted that spell. You've just been going. You're
If
doing
you
it?
want to do it, I'll let you, but we are playing a grim dark. I'm willing to suffer the consequences.
And I would like you to keep this character for more than 15 minutes. So yes, I will cast Web.
That would be nice as a forever
Excellent.
DM.
So you see Casimir, as you're starting to barrel forward, you see Sion kind of do this really wild skid against the dirt U-turn as he kind of starts to barrel back forward. How do you cast Web?
I pull the crossbow off of my back. Like it looks like I'm aiming directly at Casimir. I put this like grenade looking thing on there and I just yell, "Duck!" and fire this like grenade. It explodes into this sticky web that expands over these trees, forming a 20-foot cube from where it explodes. It's difficult terrain and it lightly obscures the area that it's in.
Fantastic, excellent. So it's losing some of its movement, which means it's a little bit slower now, Casimir, where you were originally feeling the tips of slimy and disgusting black tendrils touch against your back and claws scrape along your cloak. They are now starting to sort of dredge behind you. You may roll this next check at advantage. And if you were to use medicine, in preference to your question, as you said earlier, you can assess and see how they're doing. I would allow that, and that would be your check, and you can make action on your findings.
I will do a medicine check to see if they are faster straight or slower side to side.
Absolutely, you can do that at advantage.
That is a dirty 20 for my first roll, no advantage.
That works.
But I will do it again to see if I get not 20. I do not.
There's like dirty 20.
Well, if you did, that would have been fucking sick.
It would have been very nice, but I am going to run.
Fantastic. So you kind of notice that they are far quicker in a barreling straight line. So you start to sort of zigzag out of the way, and a massive burling fist sort of slams down to the ground as soon as you move off to the side.
I am yelling towards the party. Sidewise pattern! Run! Side to side!
Casimir, you are now out of the chase. Sion, you put yourself back in range of this creature, and it is now looking to slam the full force of its body weight against you.
Seeing that he does that, while I run past him, can I just cast guidance? It's just a D4. I'm not giving him advantage.
You can cast guidance.
Guidance.
He just runs quick. He's just like, "Good luck."
No, I just run. You got it. I just run and I go sideways, and I tap his like shoulder as I run.
I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Okay, I am going to use Deception and cast Disguise Self on myself. And kind of run in like an opposite zigzag pattern from where Casimir is to confuse.
Are you
I'm
looking
going to
like
disguise
me?
myself as
Oh,
Casimir.
Yeah.
I was like, what the
So we're
hell?
like, yeah, so we're like
We're
doing this
this.
shit.
Give me a deception check.
The Dark Lord of Barovia running in a zigzag.
Natty 20, baby.
Alrighty, man. That succeeds. You guys are able to get out of this chase. However, you are short one party member.
I'm running through the woods going, "Hey, how's it going?"
I go. What?
I would like to, if I may, catch up to Casimir. What's his HP looking like? Did he take any damage?
No, he's before.
No.
Cool. I'm gonna cast that first level Cauldron of Health upon myself, and I heal to full HP.
I just want to make sure, Mike, you did burn those spell slots for what you were trying to do in the forest.
Yeah, I burned one for Expeditious Retreat, one first level for Expeditious Retreat, one first level for Disguise Self, and then a second level for Web.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
I burned first level spell slot for Cauldron of Health, and a fourth for. Yo, I'm an idiot. I should have tried to fucking cast Banishment.
No, it's in his home realm.
Does Paxio say that as well?
I mean, that would have been cool, though.
I look at you. You can do this. And you made us run and we lost our friend.
Yes, that would have been a very good idea to do at the time.
This is freaking me out.
This is not even the weirdest thing you will see while you're here. That sucks.
I am sure. I'm sorry about your friend, Sion.
Can I say one thing right quick and ask the DM for this one small thing?
What's up, man?
I'd like to say that when Quinn was grabbed at the trunk, his arms were pinned to his side.
Sure.
And when he was flung apart, next time that Sion checks his bag, something landed in there. And it's his hand that he always took notes on. It says, Step 1, acquire baby. Step 2, question mark, question mark, question mark. Step 3, profit. Just apropos of nothing.
That's fine. Perfect. I will allow that to
He
happen.
now has a little keepsake of Quinn.
Fantastic.
I've got more than a keepsake, I promise you.
Ugh.
I'm gonna jack off with.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh,
The stranger.
Trigger
The
warning
stranger.
command! Trigger warning command! Trigger warning command!
So that's how you cast
I love
Web.
Oh, stop! Stop.
Oh
We're
my
gonna
God, I
get
love
banned
it.
from YouTube, which is so difficult.
Like practically impossible. They still have PewDiePie here.
Oh.
DM, would you allow a moment of roleplay?
Yeah. Oh, you can take as many moments roleplay as you like. Josh.
Yo.
Go ahead.
Prepare your next character. Get it ready
It's
to
already-
go. Figure
Yep.
out how you're going to be introduced. All right. Message me and we'll rock that. Okay. After they're done with their roleplay.
Cool. Hang on.
Go ahead.
I will look. It's Sion. I'm sorry for the loss of your friend. I tried everything I could.
At this point, I come out of the Disguise Self, so I just look like regular Sion now, and I just kind of take a moment to breathe and just... Not gonna lie. It sucks. We did have somebody else with us. He was not not the most sound of mind, but Quinn was, well, a lot like a child that he was looking for, honestly. Not very naive, but that's a quality trait for him to have, I think. I wish I could see the world through eyes like that again. He will be missed.
I'm sorry for the loss of your two companions, although the one you speak of previous sounds like a bit of a dick.
Yeah, not the nicest person. He was also not alive. And then
What do you mean?
well, I also, well, he, apparently his whole thing was he was dead and then was not dead. And then I put a crossbow bolt through his head and he was once again dead.
Do you think I am like him? Dead.
Look, brother, you came out of a coffin. I just make assumptions.
That is where I sleep.
I kind of just look at, I kind of just look at Cassio for a second. You see, that's why nothing weirds me out here anymore. It's just the further we go on, the stranger this place gets. And at this point, I start rummaging through my pack for some supplies.
Quick question, I hate to interrupt, but when my screen lights up like that when I'm not talking, are you guys hearing anything?
No.
Okay. I didn't know if maybe my headphones were getting picked up. That's
Nope,
never
you're
happened before, but okay.
No, you're fine.
And I will
Do I
look,
find?
sorry,
do I
go
find
ahead.
Quinn's hand?
In your bag? Yes.
Yeah. I kind of just hold it and look at it, and I'm just like, I look at the hand for a moment. I'm like, I think it's what he would have wanted, and I would like to infuse the hand.
Yeah, how? What? With what? How and with what?
I am going to shave off large pieces of the iron that I have, and I am going to use this hand to make my homunculus.
Oh, that's
wow.
sick!
I love it. Oh my god.
So I just take that bar of iron and take these large pieces and form it around this hand. I determine the homunculus's appearance, so I'm basically making like it looks like it's in a gauntlet, but it's like the Thing from the Addams Family, a little hand that just walks around. It's friendly to you and your companions. It obeys your commands. It has like combat stats, but I'm just gonna have it for flavor, so that we don't have to fucking worry about anything. But yeah, I have a little Quinn homunculus hand friend now.
I like this.
Excellent.
It is creepy.
As each of you are talking amongst yourselves, in the distance you hear the sound of clicking feet, or rather hooves. But more interestingly so, you also hear the sound of rambling bush and snapping twigs. The steps are disheveled, and out from the wood stumbles a rather haggard-looking individual. Josh, you can introduce your new character.
So you see walking through the bush, correct? Or down a path?
Yep.
Okay, through the bush.
Kind of like out through the wood, just like...
Out through the wood, essentially looking very haggard. They're an elven figure with sunburned skin and bedraggled clothes, looking like they've been torn and just unkempt. They've been through a lot. They take a break with a hand against a tree and look up and notice you for the first time. And immediately they jump back and draw a rapier and a short sword and a reverse grip. Who the hell are you?
We have already lost one companion. Join us, or die.
I'd like to just be still sitting down and like completely like uninterested. I'd like to look at this like while holding my scythe. I'm not even bothered. Like I look at this person and I know that if we fight, if we fight, It's 3-1. I like our odds.
You are
I just have-
outnumbered.
I just have an unlit cigarette in my mouth. We were here first, and you're asking us who we are?
Well, to be fair, I did not expect to see anyone, and I've been doing a poorly job of making my way quietly through the woods. You'll forgive me if let me start over. And they'll sheathe their two swords and say, I have the honor to be Mark Latour, once crew of the Nightly Bounty, sadly lost at sea with all hands except me. I've just come adrift on this land, and I'm just trying to get my bearings. I apologize for drawing steel. Do you know a way to the nearest settlement or some place where I can get some food or water?
Yes.
I'd like to
Very well,
slowly
then.
rise up. We are going to kill a wizard. And you will come with us.
So am I to assume that I'm being taken prisoner?
You are to assume nothing.
We are all prisoners here. You will join us, and we will keep you safe. Or you can go back into the woods and let the sun kill you, because you are burnt.
Can I see the beast was left far behind, right? So I wouldn't have
you
seen
most
anything
definitely can see the way that the wood is shifted and changed, that there is extremely apparent, a pathway of where it was rampaging before the party moved out of ways and it lost interest and went elsewhere.
We just slayed the mighty beast after it killed our friend. Valiantly, we did not run.
Insight. Do I believe him?
I'll have you roll that insight at advantage as you feel two hands slowly creep up behind your back. Claws wrap over your shoulders as you hear a very soft whisper in your ear.
He's lying.
Only you hear and feel this.
18. So
That succeeds.
So I guess I'm just looking behind and seeing how they're all sweat stained, but not really very injured. So
Taken with a grain of salt.
With a grain of salt. I think I can live with this arrangement. Which direction are you heading?
West.
So that way, the way to the shoreline.
You know of the shoreline, you've seen it.
Yes, I just said I was set adrift. Yes,
You want
yes,
to take
answer
me
you.
there. You would like to take me there.
What the actual hell are you doing?
You will take us there.
I'd like to be removing my canteen, if I may. I'd like to pass it to this stranger.
Bless you, to your health.
Paxius Bellum.
Mark Latour. I would happily take you to the shore if maybe we could find a way out of here. It's just this way.
Mark, I am Casimir Vanzarovich. We are friends now.
Straight to the point. I can appreciate that. And then I look over towards Sion, this brusque-looking fellow with the hat and various mechanical components and this weird-looking mechanical hand prancing
It's like
about
perched
now.
on my shoulder.
And you, my macabre gentleman.
Name's Sion. I'm not going to call you friend yet, but maybe we'll get there at some point.
I can only hope.
I'm sure.
Is the
No.
party walking? I'll just kind of go back to Sion and say, we are friends. You and I.
Considering that I just used one of my only 2 web grenades to save your ass, yeah, we're friends.
This pleases me. I will continue.
As each of you begin to walk, the terrain starts to shift. The trees become far more coastal, gnarled looking wood that stretches out in the direction of the ocean. Josh, you can just do that right now. That's totally fine.
Gotcha. Cool. Sorry, bud.
Okay. Sand is starting to speckle between the rocks, but more curiously, Casimir, give me a perception check.
You got it. We can hear the typing.
Yeah, sorry, bud.
21, 15 plus 6.
You start to look down and you notice bone fragments. Small tears of skin. As you follow them aside, you see a fresh-looking corpse. Something hodgepodged together from both seashell bone and sea-rotted flesh. But it has been slain. Several distinct stab marks run along its torso, and almost a trail of blood, or rather, a dark blue ichor is left in trail 10 or so feet up to another tree. There is a torso hanging from it. Carved into the torso reads, "See you soon."
Is the torso bleeding?
It is fresh.
And I walk out and I look at it. And I grab the entrails. And I feed. After feeding, do I know how recent this creature was slain?
About an hour prior to your arrival.
It is fresh. We should get moving. He is strong. Plus, I do not want to be beaten by Hobgoat again. And I also will look at them and say, and yes, I feed. Better it than you. You're welcome.
Oh, good. Now I have another dead friend that also likes to eat people. I'm noticing a pattern here, and I follow him.
I do not eat like all of the people. I
You eat enough.
This is fair. And I follow Sion.
As you were walking along this pathway, you start to see a set trail of boots. Multiple. Some large, some small. Surely, Casimir, you're taking note that this is indeed the opposing party you had met.
And they are the ones who killed the body.
One of them did. But as you looked around that corpse, you're starting to notice along the shoreline, whatever that was, in dredges, almost in heaps, these corpses lay.
Fuck. We should get moving.
Am inclined to agree.
As you start to move, something grows tense. A wind picks up, and the sound of hooves once again clatter through the air. You look forward, and atop a crystal tower, almost crafted from the mind of some genius, hallucinatory wizard, looks down upon you. What appears to be a human, with flowing blonde hair and piercing ice blue eyes, looks down at you. But as you look onto them, their image flickers. And beyond it is but a floating brain encased in an almost translucent-like substance holding itself atop in this image. They raise their right hand and almost point back to the tree line.
Catland turns around. Go ahead, Vexus.
I'd like to perform an Arcana check. And so I'd like to see if this is an illusion or if this is substantial. Magical properties. Come on, hurry up. That's a 21, 16 plus 5.
All right. Well, regardless, you're a native to these lands. You know this wizard is of immense power. So immense that they are, in fact, the court wizard of none other than Quigathep, the mad cat god, who you know to be the father of your own deity. Although what stands before you is an illusion conjured from thin air, it is as substantial as anything else that is on your person.
We wish an audience.
Castable. You turn, and what you notice is a massive 7-legged equine creature. Their hooves thunder against the ground, and their skin is a rather disgusting looking fleshy white. Their mane is composed entirely of hands that almost seem to clasp over one another, reaching out, curling and balling fists, clawing out at the air, and where a long snout-like face ought to be is instead a chasm-like pit lined with teeth. Against its back sits a multi-limbed monstrosity composed of several arms with a singular eye etched onto the chest. Each of these arms hosts massive bone-like blades that almost seem to protrude out in lances. You can't seem to find a head on this creature, but the singular eye seems to be gazing onto you.
Does it look as if it is beginning to attack?
No, it is approaching you. And in fact, you can even start to feel the space around you shift and turn.
I cast resistance on myself. What are you?
The creature does not respond directly. However, it takes a moment. But you hear unintelligible garble. Alien language as if it is gears grinding against one another and glass stuck in a compactor. Crunching and crashing, shredding and grinding. Do you try and focus in on the words?
No. I will look at this creature and I will cast Blight at the 4th level.
What do I need to give you?
You'll need to give me a Constitution saving throw.
That's going to be a 26.
Fuck me. Okay. Well. Half damage.
Roll your damage.
That is 45. Rounded down, that would be 22. And as I cast it, I reach my hand up, and the forehead shovels in, the nose splits like a vat, in my face. And I pull as much necromantic energy from this being as humanly possible.
It almost seems to be overwhelming, the amount that you perceive. In fact, it almost makes you lose your focus as to why the spell wasn't as effective in its entirety. Normally, if you were encountered with any creature, your natural abilities would be able to wither them away in instances. However, whatever this is older than you. Older than your understanding of the world.
And dangerous, like the being in the woods.
Extremely.
Run! And I'm booking it for the
As
tower.
you move, a rift almost opens up before you as you are plummeted into a drop. This creature runs behind you. Each of you notice Casimir sort of shifts away with this creature right behind it. However, a rift opens up for each of you as well. Around you now is a land transposed in blood. Massive towers stretch high up into the sky as a singular being with massive horns and a long beard and blood-red skin stares onto you and watches on in awe as interlopers have found their way into their domain. You are now in combat. I need each of you to give me your initiative, please.
All right. You have got to be shitting me. That is a 1 + 2, 3.
1, 1, 2.
Oh, we're actually
Three.
rolling initiative, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to
Okay.
be a 15 for me because I roll a 13 plus 2 to initiative. That is a 15.
Yep, that item works for you, Josh.
Okay. That's 18
Sick.
your initiative.
All right, Trevor, you rolled a 3.
I rolled a
Bud,
3, yes.
You rolled a 15, correct?
15. Yes.
Josh, you rolled an 18.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, what was your roll?
6. The mightiest number.
Alrighty, the creature is going to go first.
Of course it is.
It's almost like he planned it that way.
Josh, no, they just have a pretty good modifier. 6. That one is Mike. Okay, after the beast, it will be Mark's turn. Mark. Alrighty.
Well,
this
hi,
is gonna end up
Mark.
happening. Now, as this almost blood-throne-like world around you envelops itself in violence, and this massive towering deity stares down to you in amusement, this creature is going to firstly use one of its features here. Yeah, it's going to firstly take its movement as a free action, so it's going to move 50 feet right right through you, Casimir. And what's going to end up happening now that this is another part of its feature of natural speed, where you will have to give me a dexterity saving throw. Please give me a
You
dexterity
got
saving
it. Dexterity saving throw. That is going to be a fail. 4, 2 + 2.
Alrighty, you're going to take 2d12 of bludgeoning damage and are going to be knocked prone. Alright, that's 5 points of bludgeoning damage. You are now knocked prone. Now it is going to expend the other use of its 50 feet of movement to run through you, Sion. I need a dexterity saving throw.
14.
That does not pass. We're going to take 2d12 points of damage, which are that's going to be 8 points of damage, and you are knocked prone. It is now going to take its attack against you, Sion. Does a 12 hit?
A 12 will not hit.
Alright, it's going to take its second attack. Oh, wait, you're prone. I'll roll the next one. Roll that. Does a 27 hit?
Yes.
Right. Alrighty, that's going to be 12 points of piercing damage you're going to take on the now, as a... Nope, that's actually going to be the end of its turn. It's going to rear its 7 legs upward, almost in a threatening display for slamming them onto the ground, as it is now Mark's turn.
All right. So how far am I from the beast?
So you are in total about 50 feet away from it, each of you on this massive center platform. It is right beside Sion, or rather, kind of sort of standing right on top of them, with one of its blades sort of pierced into them as they are pinned onto the ground.
Gotcha. So at this point, I'm going to run forward, and as I'm going by, I'm going to make a stab with the rapier in towards its ribs where I imagine a heart would be. So that's going to be a 21 to hit, and with that, I will use Booming Blade.
Okay.
And he is sheathed in booming energy. And the explanation on that is basically if he moves within his before my next turn, if the target willingly moves 5 or more feet before my next turn, they take 2d8 thunder damage.
Fantastic. Okay, cool.
All right, so let me roll.
your
Let me
damage.
roll my. Yep. Sorry. Sorry for
Okay.
slowing it down. Just got to put that one explanation
man.
out there.
That's a good move.
All right. So rapier strike is going to be 1d8 plus 4, and because of fancy footwork, I think what it is. Rakish audacity. My sneak attack works even if I don't normally. As long as I don't have disadvantage, I'm using sneak attack. So 1d8 plus 4. Where's my shit? That's 11 plus 4d6. Are we doing exploding?
No, we are not doing exploding.
Cool, thank you. 4d6. So that's
Is that my fault?
Yes.
Sorry, I fucking one-shot your encounter last time, dude.
all right. 25 points of damage, and then I'll use my remaining movement to cut out to the right-hand side.
Okay, now you remind
And
me, Booming Blade. Now, if they move past you, they take that damage, correct?
Nope, if they move 5 feet at all in any direction. And because of, what is it called? Fancy footwork. During my turn, if I make an attack, I don't take an opportunity attack, but the whole Booming Blade thing is
Will
if they
still
move
proc
at
off,
all,
correct?
it still procs off.
Okay.
They just have to willingly move.
Awesome, thanks. Alrighty, so at the start of his turn, it's going... Oh, wait, never mind. No, it's not his turn yet. Now we're going to move on to you, Paxius. It's your turn.
I'd like to cast Inflict Wounds at the first level.
Sure, go ahead.
And then, as my feature, I would like to use my bonus action to use one of my War Priest, which allows me, when you use an attack action, you can make one weapon attack as a bonus action. You can use this feature 3 times per long rest.
Okay, sure.
So now I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds.
Physical weapon attack for your bonus action.
Yes, I want to, because I'm holding my scythe, I'd like to take a 2-handed swing with my scythe onto this creature.
Okay, did you cast Inflict Wounds already? Did you give me an attack roll? Is that attack roll or
No, that's
saving throw?
that is because I was just explaining the process for it.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
So Inflict Wounds is I have to roll for it. It's a plus
Okay.
6.
Give me a roll, please.
Does a 13 hit?
It does not. I'm sorry.
Okay,
But
cool.
you can still give me your martial attack.
That's fine. All right, so I'm gonna attack with my sickle, and that is a plus 6 to hit. All right, so if a 13 didn't hit, then a 12 definitely doesn't hit.
No, unfortunately not. I'm sorry. That's the end of your turn.
Yes, sir. That is the end of my turn.
Alrighty, we are now on to Sion. You do need to give me an attempt to get up. You are pro.
That's just half my movement.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll use half my movement to get up. Eldritch Cannon.
Now, I do believe you need to use that as a bonus action and proc a spell slot for that, correct?
It's just one use. That is my action. The bonus action is the cannon's attack.
Okay, sure.
So I call up my fucking big fucking gun. And my big fucking gun is going to take an attack on this creature.
Sure.
A 17 plus 6.
That hits. Roll your damage.
It's going to be 2d8 force damage. Hello, d8. 9 points of force damage. And that's it from me.
Cool. Alrighty, Trev. Or rather, Casimir. It's your turn.
Casimir is going to grab his maul and rush this being and jump up, slamming in.
What's your movement?
With one hand. My movement is 35 feet.
They're about 50 feet away from you. They dashed
50 feet?
They went through you, and then they
All
moved
right.
over to Mike.
Okay, then.
And you still need to use half your movement to get up, because you were knocked prone.
Then I will use half my movement to get up, and then I am going to cast a Ray of Enfeeblement.
Is that a saving throw, or is that attack?
No, it's a hit.
Okay.
So 17 plus 6, 23.
That hits.
A black beam of enervating energy springs forth from Castamir's fingers towards the creature. When it hits, the target deals only half damage with weapons attacks at your strength until the spell ends.
Cool. And how many minutes is on the spell?
The Ray of Enfeeblement is up to 1 minute, and it is
10
my
rounds.
concentration.
Cool.
And I say, get it now, while it is weak.
All right, Arnie.
Alrighty, fantastic. So what it's going to do now is first it is going to take an attack roll against your cannon.
Oh, sorry. I'm also going to run 35 feet closer.
Okay. That'd be 20 because you used 15 feet of your movement to get up
Yes.
because you were prone.
Sorry.
Cool. 21 hit on your cannon.
That does hit.
Cool. That would be a max hit die on a 12. Half that because Ray of Enfeeblement, correct?
If it is strength that it is using, like pummeling, yes, it halves it.
Well, the damage itself is piercing. Would that still count?
Is it using a strength modifier?
Strength modifier? It is. Dumb question. Yes. Alright, your cannon is going to take 6 points of damage. It's going to go ahead and hit its second attack against the cannon. 26 hits. Deal 6 points of damage, so that's going to be 9 points total damage. Now what it's going to do with its free action, it is going to just go ahead and move, so it'll take the booming blade damage, which you said was a 3d8, correct?
2d8.
2d8, fantastic. Go ahead and roll your damage, please.
It would also take an opportunity attack for me, correct, if it's going to move away?
Yeah, sure, you can give me an opportunity. Well, no, it's not moving away, it's moving towards you. It's still in your line. It's not disengaging, it is moving towards you. So it is still, it's not moving outside your range or passive. It's
Okay.
actually moving through you. Go ahead and give me your moving blade damage.
12.
Well, yeah, what's up?
Because I did engage it with my scythe, that means I was up on it. That free movement means that it is giving me an opportunity attack, correct?
You can take an opportunity attack.
Word. I'd like to cast. Wait, no, I'm just gonna attack. Yeah. With my sickle. Let's just hit this thing. Go for it. I missed that opportunity attack. It's okay, guys.
Alrighty, I need a dexterity saving throw from both your cannon and you, Sion, is moving about 15 feet through you and your cannon.
Through me?
Yeah, like it's running through you.
Okay.
Also, quick retcon, sorry everybody. I have a mace, not a maul. Continue.
Blunt weapon.
Yeah, all the same. One's bigger than the other, who cares?
One's two-handed, one's one.
I got a 18 on the deck save.
What's your cannon get?
The cannon got a 14.
All right, your cannon fails. You succeed. So your cannon is going to
What type of damage is this?
this is going to be bludgeoning damage.
So that's halved then, right? Because that's bludgeoning.
Your cannon has resistance to bludgeoning damage.
No, I have Raven
No.
Feeblement.
It's not using strength.
Mm.
This is a feature.
Oh, perfect.
10 points of damage.
Because
to your
you're doing the trample thing.
Yes.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
it's just a feature.
10 points of damage to your cannon. Now for you. That is going to be 7 points bludgeoning damage to you. Your cannon, I'd say, is knocked prone. What's its movement on it?
15 feet.
Okay. So your cannon is now knocked prone.
It's actually not. It's immune to conditions.
Okay, cool. You, however, are not knocked prone since you can see the save. However, you will be taking 7 points of damage.
Yeah.
That is going to the end of its turn. We are now back up the turn order to Josh.
All right.
Or Mark.
So
Sorry, I apologize.
either or, you're good. You're good, bud. All right. So Mark's going to dash back in, not using the action. Sorry, he's going to run back in and make another strike with his rapier. That is a 17 to hit.
No, that does not hit. I'm sorry. Actually, no,
Okay.
that's a glancing blow. That's a glancing blow.
What was that?
Okay.
17. He asked you 17 to hit. It was a glancing blow.
Okay.
Yeah, you
So
roll your damage. You roll your damage, but half it.
okay. So 9, and then half the sneak attack as well.
Yes.
Okay. Absolutely. 10, 16. So 25. So 12 damage.
Yep.
And then they will make another strike using 2-weapon fighting, using
Okay.
the short sword. Nope, that's a miss. And at that point, seeing that they cannot do any more, they will dip back out.
Cool. Okay. Paxios. It's your turn.
How far is this creature from me?
It only moved 15 feet from where you were last standing since you took a melee attack against it, so 15 feet away from you.
Perfect. I cast Spirit Guardians at 3rd level.
Okay, what does that do?
Okay.
That you cast that already at 4th level, correct?
No, I can't. I cast Guardian of Faith.
Okay,
Which
does
is
Spirit
the-
Guardian do?
So, yeah, sorry, I got a lot of guardians. You call forth spirits to protect you. They float around you to a distance of 15 feet for the duration, which, by the way, the duration of this is up to 10 minutes concentration. When you cast a spell, you can designate any number of creatures you can see to be unaffected by it. So obviously, I want my party to be unaffected by it that are in this radius, which would be Sion and Mark.
What is it
and
unaffected by?
what I'm going to say right now. An affected creature's speed is halved in the area when the creature enters the area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, which is what you're doing. It must take a Wisdom saving throw. On a fail save, the creature takes 3d8 radiant damage. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much.
Okay, cool.
And I cast that.
So all the even on a success, they're half damage again, and on a failure they're taking half damage or no?
No,
Full
so
damage, correct? Still on a fail.
so on a fail, you take full damage. On a success,
Save,
you take
make
half.
Okay.
Yeah,
So half
but
and
you
half. Cool.
still have your distance.
Yep, half.
cut in half,
Distance
yeah.
is still cut in half. Fantastic, cool. And that was your main action. You're using that to cast a spell.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Do you have any bonus actions you'd like to take?
Yes, I would also like to cast. with my bonus action at first level. Never mind, at second level, I'll cast a magic weapon.
You already casted a spell this turn.
Oh, then no, I don't want to do it. It's a bonus action.
Doesn't matter. You
Okay,
already casted
sweet.
a spell. It's
Yeah,
okay,
then
man.
I will do
Spell
it.
slots are only once per turn.
Yep. Yeah.
Where I just don't do it. I will. I'll pass on my turn. Like, I'll. Yeah.
Alrighty, we're gonna move on to you, Sion. Go right ahead.
Did you want to make that save for me though? Because you're in the area.
Oh,
already.
what's the save?
It's a
At the
wisdom save.
start of his turn.
Or if he starts his like he's already in the area. It's either he enters it or he's already in the area. And since he's 15 feet from me, he's
good.
already
Good. Oh, good.
there. Yeah.
Alrighty, that is going to be 24 on the wisdom saving throw.
Definitely safe. So you just movement is halved, and you take half of the damage, which I'll roll for you. Come on. You take 7 radiant damage.
Alrighty, Sion, it's your turn.
Well, I'd like to do a scorching ray there, Governor, if you'd let me.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a to hit, correct?
That is it to hit.
Okay.
It is
so
technically 3 to hits.
that what they're going to do. What they're going to do as they see you starting to ready these small packages around your bandolier, they're going to cast one of their legendary spells, which is called Shield of Hands. These massive arms along their mane are going to start wrapping around their body. Their AC is raised by 5. This is as a reaction.
So it's 22 AC then.
Yes.
All right, baby.
It's basically his legendary of shield. That's fucking
Yes.
good. That's fucking good.
Sick.
It's a great legendary action for monster.
Only
I'd
one
like
of
to
these
use my 1 second, since I don't know your role. I'd like to channel Divinity, War God's Blessing. When a creature within 30 feet of you makes an attack roll, you can use a reaction using your channel to Divinity to grant a +10 bonus to the roll without knowing the results of the roll.
That's a reaction.
Yes, it is a reaction, and I'm gonna boost his attack roll.
Then all of those hit. I have.
I'm only allowing that on one of your rolls.
Then they all still hit. I got a 19, a 16.
On all of your rolls, they all hit? I thought you originally said only one of them hit before.
What? I rolled 3.
Yeah.
For
you
Scorching
said
Ray.
only one hit before, correct?
No, I said no. All 3 of them hit because one of them did not hit.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that do be how it be sometimes.
I'm almost out of
It
spell
is.
slots.
That is 19 points of fire damage.
All right, you lash out these little grenades off your bandolier, sort of tossing them out like small marbles as it envelops this massive creature in flame. It kind of whinnies in distress as its feet raise up and then slam back against the ground. We are now on to Casimir's turn.
Yeah, fuck horses, dog. Bonus
All right,
action,
right,
cannon.
Oh, excellent. You do still have your bonus action for your cannon. Roll your attack.
Cannon misses. Carry on.
Yeah, Casimir, it is now your turn.
He's in melee range of me now. If I can use my full action to get up, or my full movement to get up.
Yeah, you're already up, so you just use your full
cool.
movement. You're more than easily enough to get
Cool.
in melee range.
35 feet, jumping up, shield in one hand. Yep.
You already used a reaction, so I'm not.
No,
sure.
I know. I have to be honest though, because you weren't in my vicinity of the range of my spell. You're now entering this range. You have to make a wisdom saving throw. I have to be honest.
Who does? Me?
You. Yeah, because you're now entering. You weren't designated because you weren't in range. I'm sorry.
All right. Wisdom save.
Yeah.
Okay. 14 plus 6, 20.
You save. So
I take half damage.
Mhm.
Go ahead and roll it for me, and then I'll start my turn.
sorry, bud.
No, you're totally fine. Utilize it.
Yeah. You take 8 radiant.
8 radiant damage. Okay. And it's up to my turn. I'll run up, jump up through that. Now, since my movement is half, do I still get up to him? If you say no, that's fine.
Yeah, I would say that you're in the range of the vicinity, even if it was 15, 20 feet, because you'd have about 20 feet of movement left anyways. That's more than enough for you to get
Okay.
up and do what you need to do.
Run up, and I'm going to hit with my mace.
Give me an attack roll.
Bonk.
Misses. It's a 14.
Do you have any bonus actions?
My bonus action is going to be Spiritual Weapon. Boom. And I'm going to cast that at level 2. That'll be my first level 2 slot that I've expended, leaving me with 2 left. So basically, a large sword will appear, and it looks like a sunblade.
Sure.
And it is going to swing through, but the sunblade is darkness itself.
Cool.
And with that, I'll read it to you. You determine if you want it on this or if I just summon it. Either I'm good with. On a bonus action, you create a floating spectral weapon within range that lasts for the duration or until you cast a spell again. When you cast a spell, you can make a spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon.
You can
So-
make the attack now. That's fine.
Okay. That will be an 18 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits. Roll your damage.
Okay. And that'll be 9 to hit. Now, is this... No, this is a spell attack, so... Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's it. That's the end of my turn.
All right, fantastic. We are now back up to this creature's turn. What they're going to do is they are going to utilize half of its half movement, 25 feet, to move through Paxios. They're going to run through Paxios. So I need a dexterity saving throw.
I appreciate you taking time to think about that for a moment.
That's all right. He's still got the. It's all good.
Come on.
Hey man, if I die, I die.
That's a 12, bud.
That is going to fail. So you are going to take 2d12 bludgeoning damage and also be knocked prone.
Bird.
You're going to take 16 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are.
Fuck me.
All right, now it's going to use the other remaining 25 feet of its half movement to go ahead and run back into the direction of Sion and its cannon. I will say, since it exited your melee range, now it's re-entering, that will invoke an opportunity attack.
Cool. I'm gonna just fucking plug a crossbow shot at it then.
Sure, roll an attack roll.
No, I won't. That misses.
Also, you, Casimir, are giving you an opportunity attack as well. As it
I get an
exited and
opportunity attack?
re-entered. It exited and re-entered your melee range.
Okay, perfect. Then that is going to just be with my mace. That misses. 9.
I need a dexterity saving throw from both you and your turret.
Both fail.
Alright, your turret is going to take 21 points of bludgeoning damage. I believe it is now dead.
Yeah, it's done.
You are going to take 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are now prone. It is now going to take its attack action and attempt to pierce you. Sion.
Better reaction shield that.
Excellent. And that your AC is 22?
It's 15 plus, I think shield is 5, right? Shield's 5, so 20. Yeah.
Alrighty, a 23 does hit.
That will smack.
So they're going to deal 1d4 piercing. You're going to take 11 points piercing damage. They're now going to use their second attack against you as well. And a 23. You are going to take 14 points of piercing damage. And that is going to be the end of its turn. Oh, wait, Mark. Does Booming Blade still go into effect, or is that a one-time proc?
So I realized that it is a one-time proc, and I did not use it last turn, and that's on me.
I just wanted to make sure that wasn't a sustaining effect. All right, cool.
Nope, it's a cantrip.
All right, cool. Then we are now moving on to your turn, Mark.
Right. So at this point, Mark basically drops in a runner's stance, sprints, and takes a leap over the top of the beast's shoulders, striking with the backwards angled short sword, aiming for the shoulders of the beast, hoping to score into the muscle and maybe weaken it.
Excellent. Yeah, sure.
I'm saying that for flavor, but you know.
Well, if you roll high enough, I'll reward you.
Can I use my last reaction, or since I'm prone, am I not allowed to use reactions?
You're allowed to use reaction, bro.
My last War God's Blessing to boost
You're gonna
that
get plus
roll.
10 to his roll.
Plus 10, yeah.
All right.
It's our internet kind of fucking acting weird over here.
No, good dude.
Not gonna lie, bud. That's a nat 1.
That's an 11.
Still a nat 1.
Well,
Wow.
yeah, it'd be an 18 to hit with that 10 plus the 7, but still, it is a nat 1.
But you don't get the critical fail because I boosted your roll by 10. So it technically would make you an 11 because you
Just
get
a
plus 10 to
bonus
your
that
roll.
doesn't negate a
No,
crit
it's just
fail.
a bonus.
The
okay,
bonus
okay.
doesn't work. Yeah, crit
Yeah.
fails, crit fail.
Yeah.
Is that the last of your War God's Blessing?
Oh yeah, that's
If
it.
it was like the only way that applies, I think, right, is if like the crit fail doesn't apply if it's just like a fucking if you're doing like an athletics check or some shit, you would still get the
Yeah, no, it would give you the bonus on top of it to fail, but
Yeah.
for an attack action, that's still a critical fail.
Yeah.
So
Right,
if it's a
is it-
skill
what's-
check, that most definitely give him a base of whatever his bonus is on top of that plus the 10, but
Yeah.
it's an attack roll, it's still a natural roll.
So, what are you, DM there? What are you doing
they-
for that nat 1?
Attack of opportunity against you
Okay.
does a 16 hit.
Can you roll that at disadvantage for me because of the cloak of displacement?
I sure can.
Good man. Good man.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
know that sheet.
Alright, it was still the second roll was a 23, so 16
Okay.
hits.
All right, I will use.
Bad man.
I will use, what is my feature called? I think it's evasion. Yep, evasion. No, not evasion. Fuck me. I'm sorry. This is a new character.
Nope, it's okay. I
Uncanny
think you'll
dodge.
take half the damage. I believe you'll take half the
Uncanny
damage on
dodge.
this.
You got it.
Yeah.
Uncanny, dodge.
dodge. That is right.
I appreciate you guys.
We got
Thank you for your
baby.
patience with me.
Alright, man, you're gonna take 3 points of piercing damage.
Big hit. Ouch.
Oh!
All right, landing on the other side, I'll make that one last bonus action stab at him if you're
Yeah,
gonna
for
allow
2
it.
weapon fighting, that's fine.
That's 25 to hit.
That hits really damage.
All right, now I will use Booming Blade, and he will take. Where's my 1d8?
No, actually, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna let you proc the cantrip before because you already had used your attack action prior. To
It just.
declare. And you're using a bonus action on top of that, so even if it is a bonus action to apply cantrip, you're using your bonus action for 2 weapon fighting.
Understood. Fair.
Also, which one did you cast Booming Blade on?
Wait on, yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, you're absolutely correct, brother. So on that one, that's just 10 damage. Oh, plus, do I get sneak attacks since I'm attacking it?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and allow you for the sneak attack for this one since your first
Yeah.
attack.
Give him something, man.
Yeah.
Give this man something.
That is another 7 damage.
Once we get to that level 7, there's so many things that you can proc, and as a DM, there's so much shit to remember.
Yeah,
Austin's on top of it, man. He's doing
he
good.
is, man.
He's
That was
fucking us
surprising.
up.
I like it.
I love
Okay,
it.
so that's 17 total damage there, and then he's going to continue movement till wherever he can stop at.
Alrighty, so you duck out of its sight, no problem that it's preoccupied with Sion, Paxios, and Casimir. You kind of dip off to the shadows, no problem. We are now moving on back to Paxios' turn. It's now your turn. You remember you'll be expending half your movement to get back, pick it up.
I would love to spend 15 feet of my movement to stand up.
Sure.
And then I would love to... did I cast... Pull the Dead.
Cantrip, sure. You can, and that's a save, correct? Constitution saving throw?
Yeah. It's a wisdom save.
Was
Yeah.
the what's it called? Guardian Spirit. That doesn't give me disadvantage on my saving rolls at all.
No, it didn't say anything about saves. It's just movement.
Okay,
and-
27 on the wisdom save.
Okay, word.
I will
So
not be using that cantrip.
Yeah, he rolled a 19. He rolled a 19.
no, you're good. You're good, dude.
Plus 8.
Yeah.
All of us
Alright,
math.
so I'm just gonna read this out just so we know like how this works. So you point at one creature you can see within range at the sound of the Dolores spells fill the air around it, and for a moment the target must succeed on the wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 necrotic damage. If the target is missing any hit points, it instead takes 1d12. But because you succeeded, there's no half damage or anything. So like you're just with my bonus action, I would like to pull my mace.
Perfect. Just preparing an attack.
Yeah, because I have 2 weapon fighting, so
Okay.
I'm just drawing my weapon.
Okay, sure. Cool. And that's the end of your turn, correct?
Yeah, it's not.
Alrighty.
I'm missing all my spells.
Sion, it is now your turn.
Okay, I am going to. I'm going to cast Ray of Frost.
That's a save or a to hit?
It's a to hit.
All right, so before you go ahead and cast that, it's going to proc its final charge of Shield of Hands.
Of course it is.
Yes. And it's going to go ahead and wrap itself up in this mane of forearms and fingers.
Well, that doesn't hit because of that, so enjoy that.
I'm smiling.
Son of a bitch.
I needed it to proc that.
And I'm not gonna use a bonus action. I don't really have anything. That's it for me.
Cool. Casimir, your turn.
I am jumping up and I'm going to hit it again with my mace.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
Gotta be kidding me. 13. I missed.
That does not hit. I'm sorry.
Bonus action, my
Spiritual
spiritual
weapon.
is gonna make an attack. You gotta be joking me, dude. Yeah, that hits 23
Hell yeah. Well, fuck. Roll your
and
damage.
does
for your spiritual
4
weapon.
damage.
Nice.
And of course, I can't proc one of my fucking biggest things in the world because of it. But, yep. I do 4 damage on my turn, and that's it.
Okay.
Really, really fiending to do a great weapon master attack, but the way I'm rolling, I'm not wanting to proc it, nor use my harness divine power to give touch of the dead.
It's like, you mean you don't want to take a -5 to your roll, dude? Like,
Can't do a -5 if I can't even hit the fucker. Plus, you have to announce it before, and that's why I was like, you ain't got no more than Warrior's Blessing, do you?
I could really use a +10 right now, buddy.
I'm just gonna lay it out. Casimir would have took that +10, -5 of it, got a +5 on top of it, smacked that thing, an extra 10 of damage on the base damage, and then he would have done Touch of Dead for an immediate 19 necrotic on top of it. Continue. End of my turn. Oh, fuck. My boy hurting out there, baby.
We are back up to the top of the turn orders. This creature's turn. What they're going to go ahead and do is they're going to expend 10 feet of their movement to go ahead and trample through Paxios. That's going to invoke an opportunity attack from you, Sion, and an opportunity attack from you, Casimir.
How gracious of you, thank you.
Absolutely, of course.
And I have to make a dex save, right?
Yes, please.
19, I hit something!
Excellent. Roll your damage.
Hooray! 8 points of damage. I'm so happy.
You guys are fucking surely, but slowly but surely chipping away at this. It's fucking looking good. Casimir, did you give me an opportunity attack?
Oh, shit. Sorry. Opportunity attack.
8 on my dex save, by the way. so I'm
That
not
fails, so you're gonna take 2d12 bludgeoning damage. You're back on the ground.
Dirty 21.
That hits. Roll your damage. 7 points bludgeoning damage for you, by the way. That's
So 1 on the damage plus 3, that's 4. 4 more points. That's 8 in 2 turns. You're welcome. The cleric has arrived.
Play that cleric, baby.
Alrighty, now what they're going to go ahead and do is they are going to take their first attack against you, Paxios. That's going to be at advantage because you are prone. Alrighty, that's a 25 to hit. They're going to go ahead and roll their damage. Just a single 1d12. That is 6 points of piercing damage. And then what they're going to do is they're now going to use the rest of their movement to go ahead and run through you, Casimir.
Okay.
I need a dex saving throw from you, please.
Dex saving throw. You got it. Four. Seems to be my lucky number.
You feeling good about that D&D Beyond promise tonight?
Hey, man. We're letting it ride.
Alrighty, man.
Ride straight into the fucking asshole of hell right now, dude.
Yeah, you're going to take 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
We're fine.
And you are not prone. Now it is going to take its melee attack against you. Final
Me?
attack, I should say. Yes, it's taking its final attack against you.
Is it fine
That's
still?
great.
Is it fine?
They're gonna go ahead and that's gonna be a 21 to hit. So they're gonna just do a single 12. You're going to take 8 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
That is going to be the end of its turn. We're back up to the top of the
Thank
turn.
God. Right?
Mark.
Mark. How are you looking, bud?
Mark, it's your turn.
Me? I'm good.
Oh, Mark, you're muted, my friend.
Thank you. I was typing. I didn't want to
Don't
do
worry,
the
you're
thing.
good, man. Don't
So,
worry about it.
watching this carnage, Mark's like, Jesus H. All right, fine. And he just bolts in, and he's going to make a cut for the back legs of this thing with the short sword reversed. I'll call the booming blade on this one.
For your bonus action, right? You're casting Booming Blade as your bonus action.
So it actually says casting time, 1 action. You brandish the weapon used in this spell's casting and make a melee attack with it against one creature.
How
So
long
it's
does-
the action. It's a cantrip.
Okay, so you're just gonna give me okay, sure,
Yeah, the
Yeah,
That
action
works.
so
It's the
basically-
same thing as Green Flame Blade. Cool. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Excellent. So you're casting Booming Blade.
Hitting him with booming blade.
Yes.
fucking Trevor, dude.
That's a 13 to hit.
That does not hit.
I do not do it.
We're getting
Alright.
fucked up by a horse. This horse kicking our ass.
Having missed with that swipe, he'll make that attack with his rapier as he's passing on by. Bonus attack to weapon fighting. 19 to hit.
That hits. Roll your damage.
Can't wait
All
for
right.
The
Rachel
one
to
that
afterwards.
doesn't fucking matter.
Can't wait for Rachel afterwards to be like, yo, how was the session? Be like, we got our ass beat by Mr. Ed.
Red, yeah, my fucking spirit, dude.
Stallion of the
Fucking
No,
sea
Stallion of the
biscuits stomped
Suffering.
our ass, dude.
Okay, 8 plus 4, and then the sneak attack damage is.
All I'm saying is that horse boss from Dark Souls 2, though, same thing. Same thing.
Oh, we're fighting the fucking chariot.
The
Great,
chariot?
dude.
Yeah, the chariot boss? Yeah, dude.
27 points of
Bojack
damage.
is fucking us up right now.
What's up?
Bojack.
Bojack is fucking us up.
27 points of damage.
Sounds good, man.
Oh, look, someone here can do damage. Great, lovely.
Alrighty, as you kind of cut through it, you start to see that a few of its legs are kind of buckling in on each other. You're slicing through the tendon. And although it still has a sturdy amount of legs to move properly, it's not looking too fantastic.
Focus on the legs. And then he moves the remainder of his distance.
Paxios.
I would like to take half my movement to stand up.
Okay.
Because I was knocked prone.
Sure.
How far away is it from me?
It's about 25 feet from you, so it's like adjacent to you to Sion.
Okay.
Casimir. Sorry,
Okay.
adjacent to you to Casimir.
But can't make any movements against it in that sense.
Yeah, and it is facing you to answer that question. It is adjacent to you, so if you were to move into its range, it would be an opportunity attack.
Yeah. I will cast Guiding Bolt
Okay.
at first level. The +6 to hit with the
Attack
120 range. Does a 16 hit?
It does not.
Cool. Bonus action. I kill myself. No, I'm just kidding. I'll save you the trouble.
I throw up.
For a while.
Yeah, I
Throw up.
I throw up.
Oh man. I would like with my bonus action to use my War Priest. I get 3 of these. No, I can't do it because I'm not even close. There's nothing. There's literally nothing I can do. So I just stand there staring at this fucking ugly fucker.
All right, that's the end of your turn.
Yeah, that's it.
Before we pass on the next turn, the area around you starts to shimmer and shake a little bit as a portal opens up beneath your feet. Now you find yourself underneath atop a snow-covered, dry-cracked land. Monstrous skulls and bones of all matter seem to litter the earth. As a massive peak right behind you towers into the sky. You look onto the ground and you notice, much like the realm you were in before, it seems to be speckled with blood as these gnarled-looking root creatures seem to be sucking up these nutrients.
I know where we are.
Yeah, you do. We are now onto you, Sion. It is your turn.
I'm just gonna fucking Ray of Frost again, I guess.
All right.
Ain't this some bitch?
What?
There you go.
20.
Cool.
Thank,
Alright, man.
thank fuck.
Somebody had to get it. Somebody had to get it.
Where the fuck did my D8s go? God damn it.
I swear to God, D&D Beyond, don't stop acting up on me.
This episode brought to you by Murphy's Law.
Right.
That is 23 points of cold damage.
20. All right, man. How do you do this? As you sing this bolt off.
So similar to how I use my my scorching ray, I basically just take this like radiant blue like small grenade. I just kind of light it and I just fucking toss it. It explodes underneath it. It just basically turns this thing into a fucking ice sculpture. And just for flavor, I shoot a crossbow bolt and shatter it.
Excellent. As you do so, the creature now falls to all matter of pieces before you, save the bottom half, this 7-legged horse body, this horrific centaur, shatters onto the ground. Out in the distance, you see a small crowd gathering. And at the helm, there is an individual that looked much like the one you had met in the forest, save he is clad in furs, and rather than holding twin hand axes, he is holding a massive spiked axe. And he looks at you curiously for a moment before turning back and returning back to his village as the fight seems to fade and pass. Below you now, the snow starts to give way as a portal opens, and each of you fall through it. You find yourself now back on the beach you were at before, still surrounded by these piles of corpses, and still looking on to you is the wizard.
Third level, I'd like to cast Cauldron of Health. For each spell slot I cast this at.
Counter spell at the 4th level.
Alright, word.
As you begin to manifest this cauldron over your head, the wizard up on its towers only slightly moves his finger, almost a wagging motion, as the cauldron dissipates.
Shit.
That's a tad unfair, isn't it?
I'd like to call out to this wizard. You know why we are here? You know whom sent us.
Unfortunately, yes, I understand. They shout out from atop their tower.
Love the Foley work.
Come down from your tower. My stomach's making a bunch of gargle noises. It's crazy.
All right, fine. Just give me a moment.
And you see
I
this
look at my
wizard
party
sort of-
and I say, that was easier than I thought it would be.
Can't believe that worked.
And
I
as you
think
see this
we are
wizard
fucked.
step away from this platform down onto these steps, kind of trailing downward, you almost can look through this crystalline tower. They're wearing these beautiful, long, flowing robes that almost seem to drench over their feet, and drags belong them multiple inches behind them. It almost seems like a train following behind them on this road. It takes several minutes, and they finally approach the beach. They slowly start to walk towards you. Casimir, give me a perception check.
Come on, D&D Beyond. Do not fail me this time.
And thus it failed him.
That's right. 19.
With a 19, you look over to this cliff face. And just above it, you see the soft shine, the twinkle of light. And you, in your lineage, understands the noise that follows more than anyone else. The sound of a crossbow releasing its mechanism.
Towards us?
It's pointed directly flying at the wizard. You have some time to react.
It's going to hit him?
It's moving to hit him, yes.
I will cast Guiding Bolt. At
You zip off your
the
guiding bolt, and it
first
kind of
level.
snaps the arrow away. And the wizard kind of looks over their shoulder, almost ducking down as they step towards you. I don't think you're the only ones who are hunting me.
That was
that
what I
right?
was trying to say. I came to warn you, as did my party.
It's okay, you don't have to lie to me. I understand the nature of this game.
Just keep moving.
Right. And they're going all to sort of huddle together. And that is where we will end this episode.
I got my ass beat.
Adventures in Catland, Episode 3. We get our ass beat by a horse.
Oh, dude, fucking, I can't show my face around here anymore, dude. I have 9 health because of fucking Seabiscuit.
Toby Maguire and Seabiscuit beat the shit out of me.
For real.
Beautiful. Beautiful. On that
Gosh,
note,
I'm so sorry that our first time playing is like resulting in the end of a great
Dude.
character.
It's perfectly okay. Quinn had a great run. They did a lot of fun and cool things. This gives me a chance to try out another awesome character, so
Word.
all good. I'll tell you what, though, this is the kind of shit that keeps me coming back, regardless of anything else. I'm happy to play with you guys. This is freaking fun.
Cool, man. I'm sorry we went so late.
Shall we rose and a thorn right quick?
Yeah, Josh, you want to go ahead and go first, and then you can hop off. That's totally.
Dude,
fine.
I'm gonna stick around anyway. I
Alright,
want to
man,
hear
just wanted
it.
to get-
I
You
love
wanna hear
this
it.
man!
No, you're gonna say a rose and a thorn. You're gonna get the fuck out and go to bed. That's what you're gonna do.
Yes,
all right.
sir. Fuck you. Anyway, Rose. So my rose on this one is the fucking horse monster. I don't know if you saw me shiver a couple times. That shit gave me the heebie-jeebies, something fierce, man. Like your description of it, it reminded me of what's the freaking horse that is like the Norse god rides or has?
That's the horse that Loki fucked.
Yeah.
There we go. But this one with the freaking hands for the mane and the opening little rift for the face. Ugh. Anyway, Thorn lost Quinn, but hey, that's the way the dice roll. I've come to believe that these dice are cursed to only roll ones if I'm getting assistance from another player. There we go. So no more helping me out.
You got it.
Fuck me, right? Favorite other person's RP. It was really neat to meet Hob and the others. Like I didn't really have a good intro to those people or know like who they were initially, but I really got a good feel for what they do and who they are in that instance. And favorite part of my own RP. It really would probably have to be during the intro scene when we were bringing in Casimir and Paxios and introducing them to the party. I really got to do a lot of good talking there. So that's it.
Awesome. Who wants to go next?
I'll rock it. Rose, as usual. Austin, you fucking crushed it. I love you. You're a great DM. My Thorn. I love that you made a character specifically to fuck me. I feel, and you know what? But you know what? I respect it. It's a respectful Thorn. You son of a bitch. That's not really a Thorn. I don't care. Favorite part of my role play, just that one little bit at the beginning when like Quinn's introducing himself, where he's just like, "Yeah, I'm like normal," and just
Yeah.
Not even close.
I will forever miss Quinn. He's great. He lives on in hand form though. Favorite part.
Stay inbound.
Favorite part of. Let me tell you, dog. My second character.
There you go, dude.
Iron
Man.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. I thought of it, but I was like, nah.
One artificer, I'll play a many. I'll play a million.
Favorite part of somebody else's roleplay. I like Casimir a lot. I like that. I like that he is Dracula, and it's fucking sick. I just like how he's like his whole thing too is like I'm not dead, and Sion's just like came out of a box, man. Like,
Yeah.
This is where I sleep. What do you mean?
and Sion just being like with everything's going on, just being like, yeah, man, whatever, sure, like that checks out here. But yeah, this is great. I had a good time. This is awesome. This was a great session to kick off my vacation with.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
My rose was Quinn's monologue right after we all met and we started walking, and you were talking about like the nature of like waking up in the morning and like how that makes you go, like just the way that you like worded that whole like thing. It was very like it was really reactionary to like what I had said, but like it was like you went with it really well. So I liked that as like I got a feel for your role play in that. So I always like when I play with new players and I get to like experience that really good. Fucking Austin, you sick fuck. I literally was just like, when you were like describing just like some of the scenery and like the monster that we fought in the woods, I imagined like a ball using its hands to like roll with like, I don't know. It's just it really made me uncomfortable. It's like all of your depictions and descriptions of like the like worlds we interacted with, down to fucking Death Horse. It really felt like a Liquid Death fucking, but like super dark evil death metal album cover, and I'm sure that's exactly what you intended. So masterful. And my Thorn, I obviously coming in as a first time playing with you guys, is figuring out like role play with the characters, and coming in a little behind was like, I feel like I'm always playing a step behind, and the dice fucked us tonight. So, but yeah, it was a fucking great session, man. I loved it. Wonderful.
Yeah. All right. Rose. Casimir's sick. I like him. He's great. It's a fun time. I also think, Austin, you were on it with the combat in this one. This definitely felt like a grim dark. The dice helped you in this scenario where we were getting fucked up, and there was no real happiness in sight. We were just slowly chipping away at something that I bet you probably didn't expect to go that long. And we were just kind of, as you're like, oh, well, he's popping his legendaries because it's what he would do. And that fucking sucks for you guys, but that's what he does. I think you're incredibly evocative as a DM, and it benefits you in every single aspect of this campaign. As everybody's already said, your descriptions of where we're at, who we're interacting with, who we're fighting, it's all fantastic. You're incredible. Thorn, I would have to say, for me, I think I rolled like shit tonight. You know what I mean? It happens to the best of us. But I'm not mad about it. It made for good interactions. It made for a little King of George of the Jungle sort of experience at the beginning. So it was fun. It was a great time. Favorite part of somebody else's role play, Quinn. Quinn, man. We will miss them. Quinn was a great character, and they were imperative to the campaign, and had such fun little quirks about them that I will miss. But I'm interested in learning more about this Mark Latour, and how they interact with the world. Very excited to see the backstories come to fruition. Favorite part of my own roleplay? Probably interacting with Mark Latour and just being like, join or die. And he's like, I'll join. And he's like, we are friends now. Like, it's just... Basically, you thrust Casimir into this fold, and he's very much like, all right, well, I want to get back home to Barovia. I have a place to rule that I'm just coming into, so I would like to do all of this as well as possible, and I can't do it alone, so the more friends, the better, as opposed to Torin Vesh, who is very much like, I don't give a fuck about anybody, I'm here to do my shit. Casimir has a different approach, which I think vibes well with the party. So, yeah, I would say that's it for me. Loved it. Had a blast.
Big fan of Vampire Daddy.
Thank you.
Laddie.
My Rose, really glad that I really thought that being able to take your movement whenever you want in conjecture as a free action to all your other actions was going to be very underwhelming, but on top of the feature that I was able to give him, kind of making his movement a weapon, that was very rewarding. I feel like to see that, and I feel like we even jokingly, me and Mike referenced the Chariot boss in Dark Souls 2, but one of the most frustrating things about that boss is that you get ran over, you get knocked down, and it takes 10,000 years for you to stand back up, and then you get knocked down.
Boss is a piece of shit
all over again, right?
Yeah.
And that's like, felt very rewarding in that sense for it to work that way. And I was like, man, if this was a video game boss fight, that'd be fucking annoying as fuck. Like, that would be really agitating.
So it would be the average Dark Souls 2 boss.
Two boss, yeah, absolutely. So that was my for me, myself, my own rose. Favorite part of, and also I just feel like you guys fucking just did everything great. It was an awesome session today. My favorite part of my own role play, it was really cool to play four of my favorite characters at the same time, which was really cool. And like just the whole way that's just like, oh, like how'd they even end up here, you know? And that's gonna start to like kind of unravel going forward the more you interact with these characters, or even when you fight, if you ever do fight these characters, which will be fun. My thorn, kind of wish I would have gave the wizard a little bit more time, but it kind of plays into the way that the character is. Other than that, it was favorite part of someone else's roleplay for each of you. Trevor, I really enjoyed the way Casimir got introduced. Also, on top of that, just the way he's kind of falling in line with all the other adventurers and really carving out an identity for himself. Paxius did a great job of kind of playing like, dude, like I kind of, like I'm just here just because like outside forces, and I really could give like a shit less, and did a really good job of playing that aspect. Also, like I felt like there were trying to make some smart decisions with the spell slot. The Spirits of Guidance or Guardian Spirits was a great usage. That was really smart, especially in a boss whose movement is like, that's like their whole gimmick is their move. They had 100 feet of movement, like that's their whole gimmick is fucking running around. So just being able to like hinder them on that was really smart. The constant from Mark when he first did Booming Blade, I was like, oh fuck, like that kind of punishes me for running the monster, so that was pretty awesome. Sion, I always love the way you kind of interact with the character. I think making the fucking homunculus hand, the fucking cousin it, that was pretty good. I actually really enjoyed that. That was fucking awesome. But also off tops, Josh, like I'm sorry I had the Quinn died, and I loved the exit scene where he was like, yeah, but still it's like this sucks, like not as bad as me having to eat. And then like fucking like I loved that. That was such a good way to sign the character off. That was incredible. Sorry I ripped him in half.
No, you're not.
Oh, good, man.
Yeah, I'm not sorry. Anyways, that is it. That's all I got.
Such a horrifying monster, man. Big fucking props,
Yeah.
dude.
Really fucking disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
Both of them. Like, both of those could have been, like, yeah.
Character ending? Yeah, one was. Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Wonderful. Austin, would you like to sign us off?
Yeah, Kronk and Brawls. Thanks for watching.
Kronk and Brawls. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you later.